They're going to be flocking in. Oh, hello, August. Hi, Lada. Good.
I don't know if Manny saw either of our messages.
Okay, I'll be right back. I'll check. He did respond with an emoji.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if he wrote anything. I don't see any. You also wrote, hey, about 9 p.m. your time. So the link is there. He didn't respond. So let's just see. That's good that he's aware.
All right.
Teacher Juan, good morning. Good. Hey, Teacher Andy, remember a month ago I told you about an office with a sea view and the palm tree?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, didn't get that office, the third floor. Got the fourth floor even higher.
So you see over the palm tree.
Oh, yes. They just gave it to me today, this morning. The school's expanding, so grade 3, 4, and 5 moved up another floor.
Okay.
So from the library office that I chose to be in, no air conditioned. And there's the sea. So when you come to visit, you'll be swimming and the sports complex bowling for a whole month. when Teacher Tim's in a jail because of his choice.
All right, it's up if you want to put it on your time news feed.
Okay.
So we're on. All right.
Okay. English start.
Looking forward to the update this week from RJ.
Oh, yes, this is August. Oh boy.
It should be a big month. Hopefully.
Yes. Yes. Well, let me mute this. Okay.
All right. So basically what it sounds like is that Richard basically says, grab plastic, grab rocks, grab sand, come to us, and we'll figure it out. Get some seeds and, you know, we'll go from there. So I think he's
Yes.
very I feel like he's kind of like you know, kind of hands-on, like you bring it to the, excuse me, bring it to the meeting, and he'll show you how to do stuff. So that's kind of cool. And then just
Oh,
being able to
yes.
get that PDF book as a PDF is pretty awesome. So you just keep it right there on your phone and start going through it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you know, that'll be interesting coming in like that. Seeing, you know, people start showing their little gardens and stuff, because I mean, I can't remember who it was, if it was Yola or if it was someone else that had their little garden space in the back room or whatever, and I mean, it was just growing like crazy.
Yeah.
And then this, the, you know, the way that they talked about it, as far as um you know, he says like plant enough so that all you do is just reseed, and by the time you come back in that rotation, it's ready for you to eat on that day, and then it's just a continuous thing. It just keeps you going every day. It's kind of
Yes.
crazy. So,
Yeah, I'll be right there. I'm just creating this glory here. I ran out of spotlight posts last night with that glory, so I'm done. And this is another thing that Mr. Web Talk tagged me on Inside Web Talk, which is actually kind of nice. He said that, you know, TT Tim, I don't have any spotlight posts anymore. And it's a new month, he says. So I
right.
wrote to him, you see, and that's the other thing. It doesn't reset everyone just in the beginning of the month. It resets when you purchase your pro package.
Yeah.
Whatever date
Yeah.
that is, it gives a month, and that's it. So mine is the 6th of this month. I get another 20.
Yeah. Where do you are you able to see where that let's see, the billing? Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so your web talk program plan will renew yearly on September 15th. So then every month on the 15th is when my spotlight post will regenerate.
Oh, the 15th. Okay. Yep. That's
Yeah,
it.
so if you're looking to figure out when your Ernie, if you're listening to this, if you're trying to figure out you know, when your spotlight posts renew every month, if you go to the three lines and click on it, right there at the top where it says your name, then there's like the little settings button. You hit that settings button, and then it'll say like general settings. You just go down to billing, and then whatever date that you purchased the pro package, that day is the day that it renews. So that's just an easy way for you to see that.
Yes. I'm putting the Zoom link in the post now. Edit.
Oh, okay.
Edit. Okay. So at least they'll see that.
Yeah, we'll see if anybody jumps on.
Yeah. Geological, agriculture. I'll do Q&A later. Geo Ag. I mean, and what popped into the head when you saw the T-shirt, when Quaylon said he likes the T-shirt?
The Web Talk Unlimited as well.
Oh
RJ.
yes, the swag
RJ.
shop, you know, of Web Talk, and then the Geo Ag swag shop, and how we can build that. How wonderful would it be to start a company in Thailand where we could deliver shirts? I can get a company right here in this part of the world to make what they want, Geo Ag, and it could be a company. My wife could create that. See?
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so much. And I love how it's really truly, he patented things. He secured it because he's going to make it better. He's going to say, you know what? The academic world, you screwed up in 1933, and it's not going to happen now. We're going to take humanity to the next level. We're not going to get lost.
Right.
Oh, and you know, talk about Teacher Tim saying the, you know, stupidity out there. Well, look at the magazine when he says someone, an idiot said single-use plastic, and he points that out. Some idiot named it single. I love that. I was just laughing last night when he said, because it needs to be known. It needs to be known that there's another level with this vocabulary being used by people. Yeah. And you know, idiots are not, it's not a negative. It's just being aware that there's a lot more than what we've been educated in.
Yeah. Well, and what you're getting educated with is the real problem. You know, people aren't educated in the correct way.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so I wonder if anybody is going to jump on.
Well, remember, that was always the situation with other web talkers, you know, outside teams like Derek and Eddie. Hey, oh, I don't know why anybody's joining, why they're not joining. And see, we can guide with zero expectations because we're already creating 100% expectations, me and you together.
Right.
And so we can explain as we go live, you know, talking about what happened last night, talk about the past 3 Web Talk Lives with Geo Ag. What did we bring to, because all the sharing that went on with that spotlight post, with that YouTube inside Web Talk was actually very beautiful.
Right.
And the comments of a family taking a screenshot and saying, Teacher Tim, this is where we are right now in the garden. We're planting food in the world and we're going to make it a business. I mean, that's just, who gets a comment and we're able, you know, IEG is able to make 20 points. That's rewards income off that 20 points. I don't care if it's a half a stinking millimeter of a penny, if that makes any sense. That's not the point of it all. It's the point that that guy put a picture in there and commented.
Yeah.
And what do? We go right to him and say, you know what? We're going to support you now. You just listened to a Web Talk Live with real people inside your platform. Now we're going to go to you and we're going to support you in Web Talk. We're gonna check your profile. That's one point. And what does Teacher Tim do? Give him awareness, to give him a couple emojis on what he's about.
Right.
And what's that going to do? It's going to feed him to want to come into the IEG Secure Zoom to get to know us. We're not a project of using Web Talk with emojis and comments and shares. That's this level. We're way past that. And the Geo Ag is another example. And we know RJ is going to be listening to these Web Talk Lives as he's working on a project.
Right.
So Teacher Tim challenges him to come on, and now let's roundtable this, how we can support Geo Ag. Because they're asking for it.
And I just think that when he does hear about this or does see a video or something or listens to a live and gets word of this, I think that he is going to be very interested in connecting with Richard and understanding where his company is going, because, you know, this is, to me, this is the number one thing that he is looking for. how are you helping the world? How are you going to use this platform to better people around you? And I don't see it being anything but that. You know, I liked how Richard was saying that, you know, futuristically, this is, you know, set up in your houses. This is set up at NASA. This is set up at blah, blah, you know, all these different major corporations. But he said that's not what it is. That's not what it's for. Right now, it's for the normal person, the person that, you know, and he said it very clearly, the person that is going to die of starvation and has days left of their life. That's what this is for. And I thought that was a very interesting statement because, one, that just shows how fast everything goes if you do it right. And two, the desperate need for this for the world. And I think that that's a very interesting thing that he was talking about, saying that, you know, if you are someone who is about ready to die of starvation, this is something that literally within days can be of value to you. I thought that was pretty interesting to hear.
And I'll share with you that in my past at the engineering home, if a student went into the high school of the engineering house, true project based with the engineer, the teacher boy, they would say, I have an idea. I want to learn how to grow plants and vegetables with rocks.
Right.
Okay. And then teacher boy would simply say, what are your 5 facts? What are your 5 facts? Well, Richard said one of them, people are dying of starvation today.
Mm-hmm.
That would be one. And another, and another. And then they would write it down and connect their idea to the 5, and that would be the introduction of their thesis. What do they want to learn? And then what happens is that student, grade 7, grade 9, grade 12, what do? Chapter 2 is formed. It's researching 5 companies or humans that are doing something of that nature in the world. Mm-hmm. What are they doing now? They're reading either online or going to the library. So this is true project based, and he nailed it. That's a dream feeler. It's a global dream feeler.
Yeah.
And in the simplest of forms, it's not saying to me, here's the subject. It's Richard is a student projecting to the true project base. All I'm doing is listening. I don't care what time it is. When you shared, 2 o'clock and we're in Messenger, and then I say 1 o'clock and I just write perfect. I go to bed at 8:30. The alarm pops open at 12:45 in the morning, and boom, I'm up. Turn on that computer, heat some water. It's time to go. And to be able to have that on a Web Talk Live, and to see all the web talkers in there, like we talked privately, before this live, to see about 10 of us together. That's power. And what did they say? What did he say? Look, we got a team with teacher Andy and teacher Tim leading them in. Mm-hmm. Quailon, what did Quailon say? Oh, guys, if my camera was on, you'd see me saying, oh, this is amazing. You don't think they feel it now? That there's other humans that are going to come and be a part of this? Forget about Web Talk.
Yeah.
Forget about Web Talk for a second. Because Web Talk is truly the bonus on the donation-based side.
Yep. Yeah.
So
hey,
was.
Do you know who Dino Cepeda is? I mean, I know you do, but who is he?
Oh, okay. So is it Dina or Dino?
Dino.
Cepeda?
Cepeda, yeah.
Okay, so let me just go over to Web Talk and see if there's a comment, because that name does ring a bell.
Yeah, because
he's
been reposting some stuff from my posts.
Okay, perfect. I'm just going to look at the notifications to see. Now, there's nothing here, let me go to the post because there could be other comments besides the notification from, okay, so I'm gonna type in Dino really quick. Here's Mr. Web Talk. So he's already commenting right now about this Web Talk Live. Dino, yes, he's a president of Dino Enterprises. He's in Web Talk. And let me look. He's got 15,000 following in Web Talk. Followers, 3,500. What was his news? 1 hour ago, sharing. He's just a sharer. He shared your post 7 hours ago, the Web Talk Live. Geo Ag.
Right.
Bring him in.
Well, he's not on the live. I was just scrolling through and seeing where I was going to put him.
Oh, okay. I thought he was in the waiting room.
No, I was just seeing if you knew, if he had been in contact with you.
Okay. No.
Okay.
So Web Talk World, we just went through the verification.
Right.
Well, I apologize because we didn't see that name in the waiting room. It was
But
more
it's still the same thing.
Oh yes, we're working together. As you see something in Web Talk, I can clearly go help you as someone inside, this session and verify together. That many people don't understand that. Teachers are like, oh my God, I'm going to be alone on this. You could send students that are inside your meeting. Hey guys, can you verify this person? Does anybody know this person?
Right.
Go into Web Talk and find out. Then please communicate with me here.
Yep.
But everybody's on curriculums and PowerPoints and, they're still programmed in that world.
Yeah. And thinking that they need 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80,000 people in their Zoom class.
Yes. Exactly. And I love how Tutor Jack, when he was able to introduce himself, what did he stress? And he stressed it because of this insane guy. He said like this, listening. He was directing that to me. He's saying, you arrogant S of a B, Teacher Tim, I'm going to show you right now who I am. I'm Tutor Jack, and I am a listener. And I love that.
Well, and I appreciate that he understands the concept and the idea of, if it's not your Zoom, then you do it the way they do it, not the way you do it. And if it's your Zoom, if it's your meeting, you do it exactly the way you want to do it. And I think that he, like I said last night, like he used that philosophy when, we went into the group, I was explaining stuff, but it wasn't my Zoom meeting. It was his. And so he did it the way he does it, which I thought was perfectly fine. And I actually liked it. I mean, I like what he does. It doesn't work.
That wasn't his Zoom meeting.
Well, it was in the Facebook group, his group. It was
exactly.
our
So
group,
again, see, I want to make that clear, not to you though, Teacher Andy, is he came into ours to learn how to do things. And what was the challenge? We're going to go in Facebook groups.
Right.
And when we're in that Facebook group from inside Web Talk, we can actually project it out through Zoom, through YouTube, into Facebook, and now communicate with Facebook groups. He did that. And Teacher Andy is pointing out to Tutor Jack and anybody else who wants to take the challenge, it was wonderful that Tutor Jack was able to interrupt us and say, hey guys, we're getting interaction in Facebook. Can I interrupt? Because I want to talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened?
Mm-hmm.
Once Teacher Andy heard that, yes, Tutor Jack, thank you. Talk to them. And then Tutor Jack said, Teacher Andy, can you present to these teachers? Because it's an outreach kind of program type of deal. Can you talk to them about Web Talk? And that's what Teacher Andy does. We will allow you to be who you are in the IAG Secure Zoom. It's just, this is another level that the world's never seen before. So it will not be easy to come into the IAG Secure Zoom with your listening skill and your question ability. It's an ability to ask questions. I don't want humanity writing questions, Web Talk world, in Web Talk all day long. That's not true project-based. True project-based is what Richard did last night on a global stage, to express it, to speak it to others that would listen, and then share that they're going in the process with their rocks. And what happened? Someone from India says, oh, wow, I forgot the sand. Oh, do you have a tack? Oh, what's a tack? And then what happened? She realized, because someone else was talking before that, she poked the plastic. You got to have the listening skill on to this type of world. If you don't, you're going to be lost. You're going to go through your learning issues. And this is the highest level challenge. Teacher Tim's prepared in the 24 hours today to challenge all of humanity. You think it's a joke when I say it's a feather on the shoulder?
Right.
It's not. It's not a joke. This is too much fun. And to have someone like Teacher Andy actually, creating it, it's exactly what it's supposed to be. We're part of Geo Ag because Teacher Andy listened to Quaylon Bobbitt on the streets in his neighborhood. He said, yes, I want to listen. Forget about the Web Talk Marathon for a second. It's about a yes. I want to listen. So I'll stop there. Because.
Well, I mean, that's just, I think that's a great point. Is you never know who you're going to run into. You never know who's going to just go nuts in especially like in something as Web Talk and using it to their advantage. I think that he has taken that and is going to use it to every advantage that he can possibly find. And, I think that what's beautiful about this is, just this one company that he brings in and introduces, now a world is going to start listening and interacting and doing things with that particular company. And all that's going to do is help support his nonprofit organization that we haven't even really talked to him about yet. Because right now, here's the next level for him. Let's get this set up. Let's get this going. Let's get the, the focus on what needs to be focused on, and that is revenue generation for Geo Ag and for Quaylon. And then we can go to the next step, which is okay. Now, now let's, when this is taken care of, now is what's the next step? Your nonprofit. So, that's exciting to see where he's going. And the thing is not only is he doing things, for himself, he's actually in Web Talk and interacting and doing things with other people. So he gets the whole thing. It's not just about him, it's about other people as well. And you see him commenting and interacting and posting and sharing stuff from other people. He gets it too. He's supporting other teachers.
Yes.
Because the teachers and students are supporting him. So he's doing it right back, which is really cool. And kind of showing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. So
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's that's good to see. I like that. Let's see. So if anybody is watching this live, I just put the link, the URL link in a comment in one of Yola's posts. and told her to take the video and make it a post for her in her news feed. Because I think that she needs a little help to understand what she should do. And we can make it very easy for her, because everything that we get involved in, we're going to be recording that. So it's going to be very easy for her just to grab those recordings. And so we just need to kind of, I think Richard has got enough on his plate that he is not really going to be focused on, you know, generating revenue for himself, because I don't think that he understands where this could go to eliminate the idea of him having to find grants and charitable groups. But I think when we start showing the value of interaction, that might change his focus, because if he can change his focus from getting more people involved instead of trying to find people to support it, you know, monetarily with grants and stuff, I think that relieves a lot of stress. So right now he's in the mode of getting grants because he needs grants. And I think that if we just keep kind of, helping Yola understand what power she has, I think that would be a valuable thing. And then, like you said, at some point, talking to the two of them about pro package information and 5 levels and all that, I think is something that would be pretty cool to do in a live, so that people see, because the thing is I think that, especially like Quaylon's he's not doing it to get 5, to get someone to pay for his 5 levels. He's doing it because he sees value in it. And that's good to see that and see that, people that are really putting the effort into it, they get that little bit of reward, so that's pretty cool.
Yes.
All right, let's see.
Yeah. Yes.
All right, let's look at these comments. Happy Musical Monday. Is it Monday? It's Monday. So I guess our Musical Monday for today is the music of people eating food that they grew themselves. The crunch.
Exactly. Yes. It truly is.
Because I'm just like, man, like to think, I don't know, just, I don't know, just the idea of this is, it has major corporation, but it also has individual written all over it.
Yes.
And when you start thinking of major corporations, the only thing I can see is, where are those major corporations going to end up? They're going to end up right here.
Yes.
Supporting teachers.
Yes.
So that's kind of.
And what I really like about Richard, when he was presenting with his idea and the facts as well, he did not bash what's the one that everybody's bashing right now, the company with the pesticides, why can't I get the name correct? Samanto, wait, what?
I did not hear that.
Why can't I? Well, this company is, he shared the idea. See, when we were going to genetically modify food and organisms, it was based on an idea to feed the world. So in the beginning stages of this genetically modified, idea with organisms, it was to feed the world. And then what happened? Monsanto came along, and they began with seed cultivation and creating another idea that we could use pesticides and herbicide, different things on these seeds, and the bugs would disappear. There would be nothing, and we could grow more, because what's one of the facts? Oh man, I forgot my water bottle. Is that the insects get after all the gardens.
Right.
So if they can create some pesticides to keep away with these modified organisms, well, they have total control. Well, Monsanto, over the years, based on that simplistic idea of feeding the world and keeping away, well, humanity started to bash this company heavy. It's been over a decade now, pesticides. Right. And that's why I love about Richard. See, he's actually a simplistic human being. He even shared with you, as you asked in class number 2, was about the pesticides and stuff. And he said, let's do it manually. We start in our home. We pick the insects off. We use a bug zapper if we have to. Pesticides he's not a part of. Well, he didn't bash Monsanto last night. He was actually supporting them, which is he has an open mind to everything. Because if we can actually go to the next level of what Monsanto did, genetically modified organisms, again, humanity's still learning what is that truly doing to our systems when we eat it, right, especially with the pesticides in it. Well, that is an ongoing learning issue. If all of a sudden now we just need rocks, sand, and a little bit of water to grow the main staples of proper nutrition, he's correct on one of the foods of the 5. Alfalfa sprouts is big for the human body. And how does Teacher Tim know? Because every month I go to Macro and buy 2 packs of them, 50 baht each, and I just eat it straight. And that gives me enough for whatever time is needed.
Yeah. Ashley's listening to you.
Hello, Superman. Good evening to you. Don't listen to the insanity of Teacher Tim. Go do something else.
She's agreeing with the alfalfa sprouts.
Yeah. Well, not many people are aware what Richard's actually saying. These are very powerful. We're taught about meat. We're taught about cooked foods, which again, I'm not going to bring that up right now because I don't want to shock the world. This is not about my dream Fila to show. We are so out of whack with who we truly are as human beings. And when we start going to these plant-based, and then all of a sudden we start realizing through education and growing it ourselves that all we need throughout our day to survive and to have unlimited energy is some of this that we grow for a very low amount of money. Right. And all of a sudden, what happens to the cows? What happens to the cows? What happens to the chickens? We can leave them alone and we can actually talk to them. We can begin this journey. I'm the insane one. I've already begun that journey. And I didn't blame my wife who eats fish and chicken when I went on a journey of detoxification many, many, many years ago. And then something happened to this American body of many different things. My eyes are worsening now after growing because I'm using the screen. My eyes are losing. That's why you see the eyeglasses again after years and years ago. These are 30 years old. My other glasses that you see, they're about 20 years old. And during the detoxification, my eyes began to be stronger. My back pains of 20 years disappeared because it was, see, Richard, this is why the primate, Teacher Tim, the fruitarian, is happy. He showed banana trees and avocado trees. Right. That's the fruit that's going to power the world. And the plant-based are the herbs that he's showing. It's not really the lettuce and the broccoli. That we're not like you hear me say, we're not herbivores. We don't look like cows. We don't look like horses. We look like primates. And how does the gorilla get so powerful? He rests, he protects, and he eats what he's supposed to eat. Now, humanity has changed that in his environment. They have to go further. They have to fight now. They have to protect, they have to protect themselves to survive. So these giant beings are now put in places where we can control them. You know, that's where I just love where this project is going to go. It's so beautiful. And I have to be patient with this process, because the rock idea that we talked about after you invited me in there and we talked privately, I said, oh man, this is truly possible. 100%, man. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, Teacher Andy, you know, it's kind of silly, you know, he's talking about rocks and growing, and I don't really want to be a part of this, Teacher Andy. I just want to continue with the true nonprofit. Oh no, dude, this is it. And he shared about 1933. He shared about academia world. They didn't have the open mind to truly understand that rocks are minerals.
Right.
They're just compressed over millions and millions of years.
Yeah.
How do you think it became a rock?
Well, and just the idea of, if you go look at a cliff, a rock cliff, and there's trees growing out of it, and everyone goes, that's so weird that a tree is growing out of a rock.
That's it right there.
Well, I guess it's not that weird. And you know, it's just very interesting. I think that the thing that caught my eye was just, or you know, caught me, was just the simple fact that I'm just like, wait a minute, like, if this really is something that is this easy, then everybody's going to be just involved in this instantly. If it's really as easy as this guy is saying, what? You go find some plastic, everybody has it. You go find a couple, you know, some rocks, everybody can find those, a little bit of sand, and then go to your store. And he's like, just go to your store and get the thing that you want to grow, and then just throw it in there and call it a day. And I mean, you know, obviously it's going to be a little bit more, you know, involved in than just that. But if you know that you could help your family and others in your community, you know, offset their food costs, I mean, that's pretty cool. That's a really cool thing to have, for people to you know, to enjoy, or you know, whatever. I mean, it's like you look at Terry. I mean, Terry has this whole garden set up, and then she's just like, hey, I'm trying to figure out if this is going to be easier than the thing that I'm doing out, you know, digging up weeds and cultivating and digging up dirt and doing all that. If it's easier, then I'm in. And I started kind of thinking about, you know, like, okay, what do I do every year? I go and I buy, you know, some plants to put out in the planter, just to, you know, try my luck at, you know, at growing some sort of vegetable or fruit or something. And, you know, I got my one jalapeno and probably 5 strawberries this year. But then I'm thinking, okay, well, next year I'm just going to dump a bunch of rocks in here and sand and put the same stuff in, and let's see what it does. Let's see if it works better than what I've been doing with dirt. And if it does, sweet.
Yes.
And wouldn't that be kind of an interesting thing, is, you know, kind of like when he's talking about like the landscaper, you become a landscaper, but you're actually growing your produce and making your landscape look just a different kind of look. So now your landscape is your garden, but yet your landscape is making the place look, you know, pretty with rocks and plants and stuff. And it looked like he was showing that you could like just grow plants and everything. You know, not just you know, fruits and vegetables, but it looked like flowers, things like that. So you could create like a whole you know, kind landscape area, but you're actually doing something that helps you as far as your produce and stuff like that. And I'm all about trying to figure out how to grow a banana tree. I mean, I can't even imagine how cool that would be to have a banana tree. When I was in South America, I went down to South America, and my parents, they said, we're gonna take you and we're gonna fly into. We're in Bolivia, and we're gonna fly into a tribe. And I mean, this was out in the middle of a jungle, and it was really cool because they had a like a barn, but it wasn't that big. It was like more of like a little small kind of house, basically. But in it, they just had banana, big banana clusters, and you could just go in and grab a banana. And I mean, they were just the taste of those bananas were unbelievable. It was so good because there isn't the preservatives, there isn't the changing of flavor. It was straight off the banana tree, just sitting there ripening, and you just go in and grab what you want. And I was like, man, that's that was it was so good. It was just so good. And so I'm thinking to myself, well, if I could grow a banana tree out in the freaking front yard, like that would be pretty sweet.
And that's on the big island of Hawaii. For the first time I saw at 35 years old, the Japanese style of a home is their front yard and backyard are pineapple. It's everywhere. It's their yard. It's not grass where you have to maintain. It's rocks and beauty and pineapples, strawberries, tomatoes, and we're living on lava rock.
Right.
And so they knew how. So lava is the same thing. It's another playground for this system, because you're correct. Trees are growing everywhere in Hawaii, and on the islands there, and it's all rock. There's no dirt that formed because it's new land being formed.
Right.
So birds poop, and then what happens? The seed,
a
little bit of moisture, the ocean, spray, grow. Rainforest. That's where I lived, in the rainforest. So the banana trees, dude, they're so interesting because you just put one in, and then the root system's underground, and then another one. So that mother dies, and then other ones grow, and then they're just a constant. It's the constant source.
Yeah.
And like you said, the preserve, it's right there. You're picking right off. You want 3 or 4? Boop, they're right. And you just every day. So this all is just amazing to be able to showcase.
Yeah.
Especially for Richard and Quaylon, because Quaylon's just as passionate about it as Richard. You can tell.
Yeah.
He wants to do it right now.
And another thing that's very cool is, and this needs to really be known, this isn't a company that that we want to promote. You know what I'm saying? Like this isn't like us bringing this to the table, us telling everybody about this. This is Quaylon. Just because we're excited about it, I'm excited about it because I just feel like it's a world kind of help thing, and what better place to bring another facet of helping the world than Web Talk, which is the whole purpose of it, is to help the world. So why not add this to it? And so that I think that's really cool, is that I want people to understand that I didn't know about this company any sooner than anybody else did. He's the one that brought it to us. He's the one that said, hey, I'm doing stuff with this company, and I really think that you should look at it. Okay, great. It looks awesome. Let's talk about it. Let's see what what people think about it. And I think of it as a very good thing for IEG to you could incorporate so much as a lesson, and you have already once again, let's get real. The guy who has basically created this and the vice president will get on Zooms and talk with you about this. I mean,
Incredible.
that's not a normal thing for a company to do, and a company to say, well, you know, if you need a specific time, tell me, and I will make sure that I make that a part of my schedule. So if there's people that are truly interested in this and say, hey, you know, like we would like to set up, you know, a specific time once a week to talk to this guy, that's there. He said he would do it. And I said, I'm not really going to choose any time right now because I would like to find out who's really interested in it and try to make it as accessible of a time for a Zoom as we can possibly do for as many people as possible. So if people are listening to this and saying, you know, I'd really like to, you know, get involved with this and I would love to be able to talk to the guy who's creating this, well, here's your chance. And just another company that someone is so passionate that they're willing to give their time to explain it, you know, kind of one-on-one, like we talk about. He said, look, we need to get it to the educators because the educators are the ones that can go and explain it to someone else with ease. And I feel like that's a very empowering statement to the teachers that are on here. You know, all of a sudden you're starting to hear what we've been trying to say to you from someone who is not a teacher, saying that education are the people that are going to make this company work, not the businesses, not the lawyers, not the, you know, this or that. It's the professors, it's the teachers, it's the students that are going to make this thing special. And you know, that's the part that I think is very, very cool to hear is he's giving us an open door. Web talkers, and you know, and I did do spotlight posts on this because this isn't an IEG thing. You know, IEG, I think when we post stuff for IEG, we're talking about grammar classes and we're talking about English classes and foreign language classes and you know, conversations, whatever, stuff like that to improve yourself as, you know, almost like a student. But this isn't IEG. This is web talkers. This is anybody in any world, any country that's in this world should be listening to this. You know, I don't think that this is a thing that is more exclusive to IEG. This is a, you know, anybody in Web Talk should be listening to this. And that's why I kind of spotlight posted this one, because I think that more people should see this. And I think this is a good example of how do I know what a spotlight post is going to do as compared to a regular post or a contact post or whatever. You got to think about what the purpose of your post is. Is it to just give some information to a special group? Is it you want people to see your post and get involved with something or interact with something? Or do you have something that you feel that somebody in the other side of the world will be scrolling through their newsfeed, and because you use a spotlight post, they're going to see it and they're going to actually see something that's valuable? Because I've already started to get, I don't know, these people that were sharing it and commenting and liking or whatever, because it's a whole web talk thing. You know, I see this, and I'll be very honest, I see this as a RJ funded. I don't know that. Don't say that I know anything. I don't. I'm just saying if his goal and vision is to support, you know, nonprofit organizations and charitable organizations, is this a charity? No. But is this something that can help the world through his connections? Of course it is. This is the kind of thing that you spotlight post. This is the kind of thing that you send out to everyone. And you know, it's just, you know, I was just messaging Scarlett, and I said, hey, I said, have you watched the video of the Geo Ag stuff? I said, with your company, might make growing a whole lot easier than what you might be doing right now. I said, I don't know if it's, you know, if it would be cannabis related, but I don't see why it wouldn't be. And you know, that is, you know, that is another thing that is, you know, natural medicine. People might be real interested in that. Oh, I can just grow this in my garage. Hmm. Hmm. Know exactly where it came from. Just find you some seeds. You know, so that's what I like about this, is it's something that is, it is not, and what I love about it is this is not an IG thing. Like I it is in that you can have classes, you could have agriculture, you could be teaching all these different things, you're advertising, you could do all kinds of things with this, marketing, whatever. You can do whatever you want with this. I think that you know, I still think that Arsh's group of teachers should really, really look at this and say, hey, let's make this an addition to our group. The guy does his own classes, so we don't even have to teach it. We just show up with the students and listen. And then we take that information and we educate our students a little bit more. The students go and, you know, grab some rocks and try it out at their house and start posting pictures of it and showing it and how it works and how it doesn't work, or whatever problems they have and how did they fix it, blah, blah, blah. And you have a country called Kurdistan showing the entire world how to create their own garden in their house. That kind of puts them on the map as teachers. Teachers who are only told that they're worth $300 some a month now are showing the world how to grow produce in their own house and have a whole group of students, 250 people in their house during Corona, where you shouldn't be out, like you shouldn't be able to do this kind of thing, because it's just there's too much going on in the world that you couldn't imagine doing this. Oh, but they're creating something that they can eat. And for a country, and I'm not saying Kurdistan is poor by any means. I don't think that they are. I think that they are. I think that if you look at any country, and this is every country, there are people that could benefit from this because they don't have the funds to just go to the store and buy something. And why not keep them at home? Why not put them in a place where they can function without leaving the house and start developing their own produce section in their house? And that's just one less thing that you're paying for. I think it would be an incredible, hey man, how you doing? I think it would be an incredible kind of you know, thing for that. Tim is going to class, so Manny, you showed up just at the right time. Tim is he's heading off to class, and I don't know, I'm guessing you saw, you know, my message or his message saying to come on. You know, I just wanted to, what I wanted to do is let you ask any more questions to kind of finalize the things that you're questioning as far as the free travel, because I did want to talk to you. And so guys, web talkers, people that are listening, this is the ADD of myself. Is, you know, Tim and I were talking about the Geo Ag. No one came on to ask any questions, so we talked about it. I feel like we're kind of at the end of that conversation anyway. Maybe Manny, if he has questions, you know, he can ask that. But I'm kind of, you know, like I said last night, Manny, I don't have a ton of time. But when I do have time, I want to go in and go right to what needs to be talked about. And so last night, hold on one second. So last night we were, just so people understand, if you didn't see last night, Manny was asking some different questions about Web Talk, because there were some people that were coming on, and new people that needed some questions answered. And the other part is, Manny has really researched and done a lot of self research about Web Talk and about the way it works. And he has been asking a lot of questions. But the reason he's asking questions is because I know that he isn't asking questions just to ask questions. He's asking questions so that he doesn't have to keep coming on and ask questions. And so I think that people need to hear that, because they need to understand that, the progression of this is take one person and take the time to talk to them about it and have the knowledge to explain stuff to them. You don't have to at the beginning. At the beginning, I wouldn't want to have to, if I just showed up into Web Talk, I wouldn't want to have to try to explain to someone because I'm super excited and I get it. Well, I want someone else to be able to give that information to the people that might not be as excited as I am. So that's what I picture, him doing. And I know this is what he's doing, is he's developing his questioning, because he wants to be able to do, and I told Tim, I kind of compare you to Bahri, Mr. Manny, because Bahri was the same way. He was, in it over and over again, asking questions. I'm in this Zoom, I'm up at 3 in the morning, I'm doing this. And then all of a sudden, we haven't seen Bahri. Well, you know why? Because he's doing his own thing. Because he's already cool. He's out there. He's doing his thing. He's asked the questions. He doesn't have any more questions. Now, if he does have a question, if he does have something that he might want to, figure out, or maybe he just wants to bring some people in to have them ask questions, there's nothing wrong with that. That's not a problem. But what you need to understand is that one person, if you really explain it to them, they're going to be able to explain it to other people and not even have to be concerned about it anymore. So with that being said, and the last thing, Manny, before we start talking again, is one thing I wanted to say, Manny, is when you are talking to someone, and this is talking through Manny, this is saying this to Manny, but talking through so other people can hear it. I don't know if Manny's heard me say this before, so he does need to hear this, is when I talk about Web Talk, you will never hear me say I assume or I think. I don't do that, because I'm not going to give you information that RJ hasn't given. So what I do, Manny, is and this is something I tell everybody to do: follow RJ, read his newsfeed posts. Make sure that that's the main source that you listen to, because you know what? I could be wrong. And when we do that, when we have someone say, well, this is what I think, because we've had teachers say this. They'll say, well, I'm assuming that this is going to happen. No, you're not. Don't assume. Because there should be no assumption here. This isn't a, we're not at the used car dealership trying to get someone to buy something because we know that our family needs money and we have to get this car off the lot, or I don't get any commissions and I'll tell you anything you want. I don't need that. I don't need the futuristically. I don't want people to come back and tell me, well, you said this, this, and this, and that never happened. Yeah, you're exactly right. I messed up because I wasn't researching enough. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to. Now, what I do say is, according to RJ, in his post, this is what he said. And if it doesn't happen, it's not because I assumed, it's because things change. And that is the reality of a website. That's the reality of technologies. It does change. So that's something I just wanted to say, Manny. When I listening last night, I started listening to you, because I still listen, even though I might be off. A lot of times I'll have like an earbud in just to hear what's going on, so that I can talk about it later. And one of the things I was just impressed with is you're right on. You're like I said, I told Tim, it's just like Bahri Part 2, because now it's someone coming in and saying, okay, I need to learn everything that I can learn. And here's a great quote. I love this quote. It's everything that I learned after I knew it all that matters.
Yeah.
And I think that's such a great quote, because if we would have, if people would have that kind of philosophy of like, I think I know everything, but guess what? I don't. So when someone else comes around and starts talking, maybe I should think about it a little bit and understand it from, you know, from a different point of view or whatever. And so I've just always thought that that was a great quote. And I think that that's what you're doing, is you did a lot on your own, which was a lot. And then now you're just kind of connecting all those dots. And you know, I think that's a great way to do it. And you know, and then listening just to you talking to other people, you know, it's obvious you know what you're talking about. But I would just suggest that and I tell anybody this, go read RJ's posts, because that is the thing that you're going to reiterate. Those are the points that you would say. And then when he does his the weekly thing, and I don't know if you're on Alfonso's email blast group or whatever, we'll get that fixed up, or, you know, because either we send, you know, if people want it, we'll give the link or whatever. But I'll try to get him. I don't know. Somehow we'll figure out so that you can be on that, because every Thursday now, he does like a presentation, which when you watch it,
Yeah.
it's a presentation for new people. It really is. And when you watch it, as you're watching and listening to like and watching what people are saying on it, we're so far ahead of all that. But I always watch it because RJ or some of the other guys from Web Talk will come on and answer questions and talk about it. And that to me is a great source of information that makes it so that when I say something, I say it because he said it. So,
Okay, great.
So that being said, you know, I just want to kind of hit on that real quickly. And this isn't just about you. This is about other people that are coming in, because a lot of people, you know, that we've said this numerous times, and then more people come in and you kind of forget what you've said to, you know, people, and they just need to hear it, that, you know, RJ, he posts all the time, almost at least once or twice a week, a new post will come up on RJ's newsfeed. And that is a very good source of information, because if he's saying it, then you reiterate it. There's no question. RJ said it. So that's what he said. Now, can RJ switch his ideas and do something different? Yeah, he's the CEO. But I can't say I assume this is going to happen, because I could have assumed that we would be being paid more money right now in the ad rewards pool. But we're not. And people are going to say, oh, well, he said this and he said that. Well, yeah, he did say this and he did say that. But guess what? What do you know about the company? What do you know about the behind the scenes? What do you know what he's doing? Nothing. So guess what? It is what it is. I can't believe it, you know, because I'm sure people, oh, I can't believe it's only 6,000. It was supposed to be this much, according to what RJ said, you know, 4 months ago. Well, guess what? He also said 4 months ago this, that, and the other, but it didn't quite happen. That's fine, because that's how technology works. So, but anyway, that's a great source to do and figure out the Alfonso part. But anyway, so last night we kind of ended up with talking about how members can support each other and kind of develop that revenue and travel for free. The thing that I really wanted to hit on is you are part of a business or a company that is educating people because they're going to travel. That's their thing. What's beautiful about Web Talk is now you have students who you can say, look, students, where are you getting your money to go on these trips to travel and go wherever you're going to go? From your pocket, from your mom, from your dad, from the hard work that you do? It's coming from somewhere. Well, let's have class, but let's also interact. Because when we interact, you're generating revenue for yourself. So when you do go on that trip, it's going to be less or free. And talk about an amazing thing to bring to a group of students that are learning from you, that are thinking to themselves, you know, I do want to go travel the world. I do want to go see something. I want to be part of something. But where am I going to find this money? Well, you're going to find it in the interaction that you do every day in class with Mr. Manny now.
Exactly. Exactly.
So there you go. So anyway, so that's why, you know, I wanted to, you know, answer some more questions for you, because in your profession, this is massive, a massive thing for you in your profession to give to the people that you deal with. So ask away.
All right, Andy. Well, thank you for having me here. And yeah, all I needed to do was go back to wherever I've missed that I haven't heard from you in the video, and I can catch up, which is the wonderful tool that I'm seeing that we can do. I was just, I wanted to plug in at 9, but I was just finishing a meeting with training people with Jorge Hill. And he's the one who I'm working with, and he's already finished his profile. He's really excited. Something that you was just saying is definitely be prepared. Yes, there's about a 5% that I'm trying to ask questions regarding everything. I can't wait to be able to let people know that, yes, you are going to be able to earn your own income to travel. Yesterday, we had Brazil, IEG Brazil. We had Tio. He came in and he's now interested. He had no idea in which direction to go. If I'm able to let him know that, listen, come in, get points, you turn that into money, you now have something to travel with. And that's an excellent tool. Thank you for sharing that with me. You have no idea what you have just done. I can transmit now this information to training people, business section, and talk to them and say, hey, listen, guys, we have how many students, we have how many followers, how many universities do we contact that we always have to help the student travel abroad. But now I can tell those students as they're taking classes with me, preparing for IELTS, to qualify to go abroad, you can also be making points by supporting me, giving me emojis, shares, and likes and shares. And that's all I'm gonna ask of you. And you're gonna earn money to travel. I think that is the best way to help somebody out. And I'm grateful to know that. Now that I know that this is happening here, I'm gonna be able to do this with other people. Teachers, take this in, absorb this, please share this with your students. I'm gonna soon, well, I just finished having a little training session with the director at Training People, because he said, I'm on here, I've already done everything you asked me to do. I don't really know the platform, I need your guidance. And I said, great. I said, well, yeah, sure, I've been in it briefly. I am gonna guide you. There's no possible way I can guide you wrong because I already have the information on how to use the tools. I got him excited about letting them know about IAG travel. And he said, okay, we'll talk about that topic later on. Sure, I'd love to know more information. I said, as soon as I have the information, I'll bring it to you. With the students, he was really excited to hear that. He's asking me, how am I giving away my classes for free? Why would I want to do that when now I need to earn his money? And I said, George, I don't know how I explained this to you, but all I know is that once I start giving you a little bit more of information and you start seeing your points add up and you start seeing how people are being able to help themselves through this platform, because it's about what you put in, that you have to take action and you have to be active on the platform in order to grow. So I'm noticing, George, that in your business, you haven't been that active at the moment, but you said, now you told me something important. I don't know how to use the tool maybe as efficient as you do. And I said, don't worry, because that's what I'm here for, to help you be able to do what you need to do in order to feel comfortable with the platform at the beginning. We started talking and he mentioned a lot of the context that he has now. What do I do with them? How do I manage this? Can I write to him? I said, yes, we have the webmail, we have the webmail email that we can communicate directly with them in. And he said, great. And then he said, well, what do I do? I have all these people that want to sell me things. And I said, listen, are you into Bitcoin? No. Are you into wanting to invest in other things? No. I said, what is it that we're into? I said, students, yes, to help them reach their goal, travel abroad, study, get a career, professionals. Great. That's what we're into, right? Okay, let me worry about the students because I'm the academic director. I'm the teacher here. So I will bring them in. what I would like you to do, George, is let's concentrate on doing our interview. I understand Mr. Web Talk wants to interview him. I said, once you get that done, let me know so that I can go ahead and have a business interview with you next, where you can tell us more about the company itself. Let us know what are your needs and how I can help you grow within. So I said, let me free to do what I need to do. I need to communicate to the world. I need to contact people. I need to help them advance. And I'm doing this on my own. And I said, but wait, now that I'm helping you, you had asked me to do your social media. You already linked up everything you needed to your profile. So now we're going to be able to work hand in hand within the platform to be able to reach out to people so that we can let them know how training people works, how UK education is going to help them be able to reach their goals, study their careers, study abroad. We're going to be able to help you with your visa transmits. So I look forward to being able to share this with everybody. He said, okay, we have a plan. And now that you're telling me about this, I'm understanding more how people are going to be able to benefit from this, how the support comes in from everybody just participating and being part of Web Talk. And you're reaching out to everybody that you already know. So it was funny because I had him go through his professional link, LinkedIn. He already did that. We were excited. I started having like 11 contacts contact me right away. And I was like, wait, slow down, because now that means your phone is going to be very busy, off the hook. And we might need somebody to come in to answer the phones, because I have a feeling I'm going to be busy doing me. And obviously you're going to be doing your business as it grows. I mentioned to him the pro package, and he said, you're right. I said, well, listen, don't pay me to do the web page. If you're going to pay me, great. If you're going to pay me 90 and it's going to cost me $20 to invest, I said, let's do it. I said, why not? I said, do you think it's apt, it's something that's reachable? Instead of paying somebody to manage or you're going to pay me to manage your web page, great. I'm going to bring new clientele, but wouldn't you like to go a little step further, where we don't have commercials, where we don't have to be interrupted, where we can focus on what we need to do, where we can start arming our groups of professionals and the group of students, being able to communicate them, connect them so that they can continue to grow and flow through Web Talk. He's just like, yes, I'm understanding what you're saying now. I'm getting a hold of the platform. I'm going to be on here a lot more. I said, listen, I can't wait. Now, listen, there's an opportunity where we can be testers of it on the phone. So if we join in, couldn't we do that? And he said, all right. He said, no, let me know. And I said, I'm not going to let you know until you do the first step for me. Go through the interview, go through Mr. Web Talk, come through me. Once you see the power that you have in Web Talk, by letting people know who you are, what you do, your passion, your likes, you're going to have people connect with you. And that is the most powerful tool here in the communication. And since I'm in here asking 21 questions, getting involved, integrating myself, now I can go ahead and help others. So I helped him link up his in LinkedIn. He doesn't have Facebook. He has maybe Twitter. We've already plugged that in. We readjusted his email. I let him know that we need to have a YouTube also, so that his videos can be on there. So he doesn't have to repeat himself over and over. He can direct them straight to his videos that he's done, what he's going to do with us live on Web Talk. And we're going to bring that out to people so that they can see it and be part of it. And now we feel more integrated with it, and we're able to help a lot more, furthermore, than we could ever reach just by doing it, knocking on doors, right, or trying to help other people help us to grow.
Well, and here's, let me interrupt you real quickly, because there's some things I want to say from what I've been listening to. What I love about Web Talk is I'm not going to make a promotional video. I'm never going to do that. Guess who does? Scott Gerard, every single day. So anytime that anybody has a question about, hey, do you have any videos? Yeah, go subscribe to this guy. Why do we say go subscribe to this guy? Because this guy has helped us in the past. Because this guy has been part of IEG. He might not be in IEG stuff every single day, but if IEG needs help from Scott Gerard's there to help you. So what I do is when people come in, I always direct them to Scott Gerard's YouTube channel. Why? Because there's wonderful content in there that if you watched every video, you would learn a lot. But second of all, it's a support group and it's supporting someone else who says, hey, I'm making the effort to make all these videos that I'm going to let you just take and post and use on your own because that's who he is. Well, I'm going to tell people, go watch his videos, go to this and subscribe to this and start watching the videos. And so, you know, with people who go, well, I just don't have the time. Look at the titles of his videos. It might be something in there that explains something that you're really wanting to know. And he is very good at talking about multiple things. Now, here's another thing for your guys. He said that you guys are kind of involved with like different universities, correct? So I'm sure that in his Gmail or whatever email service he has, there's this university, this university, this university, this university, and he's probably trying to figure out what to send to these people, what to send to these people, what to send to these people. Well, in Web Talk, you set it up so that when someone comes into Web Talk, if they're from University A, you have a group for that. They're put in University A, then University B shows up, you put them here, University C and D. Well, then at some point, a post that you're going to make needs to go to A, D, and C, but not B. Well, all you do is you just go through, you click, done. You send out your message. You know that when you look on the news feed, it went to the right people. So now all the universities that are connected, he's not chasing emails. He goes, okay, one email. Boop. Oh, all the universities need this. All the students need to hear this. Boop. Done. This one needs to go to this university, these students, and my friend. Cool. Boom, boom, boom. Done. Oh, this goes to this university, my friend, and Twitter, LinkedIn, blah, blah, blah. And now it goes to all of them with one click, and he's done, and he walks away because he just said to you, I don't have enough time to do all this. Well, that's because you're doing it in 20 different places, and you're not doing it correctly.
Yes.
And when you can show him this post can go to these 5 people, you're going to see it on your newsfeed. You know you sent it. 5 people got it, or 500 people got it. It's all up to you how you put out this information, and it's all syndicated. So everything that's in there is in one place, one thing, one click, one post.
That is awesome.
So that's just something, I'm listening to what you're saying, and that's something that you need to, that's something that you can explain to him is, look, I can show you how this works as far as, and he needs, and quite honestly, he needs to come to a meeting with myself and Tim and just say, I'm going to ask a bunch, and tell him, ask a bunch of questions, and they're just going to show you, boom, 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 click, 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 show you how to do this, so that you can ask the questions that are in his business head, and we can show him all the answers to it, and then he doesn't have to go, I don't quite get how this is all going to work. Well, you ask the question of what you need done, and we'll show you how to do it. All right, so continue on.
Yeah, so we were able to get to that point, add everything in. Now everybody's aware. And I said, we're going to have a busy week. You understand what we just did? We just linked up everybody that has been in your professional LinkedIn, everybody that you know personally, people that have followed you through UK education. And you said something interesting, because I was mentioning to him, okay, since we have to reach out to all the universities and ask them, how are they managing their classes? Because obviously people aren't going back. So are they having them virtual? How can we find out all that information? So now I need to obtain that information. We need to obtain that information so we can actually have our hands exactly on what we need to transmit over to the students, so they know how to qualify, what they need, and if they can do it from home, or if they don't have to travel at the moment, what are the qualifications and so forth. So I said, great. Well, he said, no, I'm all for it. And I said, well, okay. So now I gave him some homework to do, which is great. And I said, so you say, okay, somebody wants to talk to you, talk to them, follow up. Here, you say that you're being overwhelmed by certain emails and certain people. well, let me show you. Here's a tool where you can actually minimize it to where you don't receive as many, or you can maximize it if you want to receive more. I said, wait until I take some time with you. This isn't an overnight type of thing to use. It is something that I do tell people, take your time. If you can, better use it on your laptop. Play with it from there, because you can correct, you can see your mistakes, you can go ahead and repost your things, make it sound better, you can make it look better, you can choose how do you want to. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, so I try to reinvent myself, regenerate things, so I do it my way. I said, but if it works for you, go for it. There are no limits to how you want to be able to do this, is as long as you take action. Please use the platform, be active. If you're active, you're going to help me. If you help me, I'm helping you, and we're going to be helping others. So he was like totally excited about it. And I said, he goes, well, I have this gentleman who wants to interview me. How should I do that? And I said, no. I said, George, what are you into? I said, I know you're a football fanatic and you love Arsenal and you're into this. So I posted that about you. So talk about that. Talk about yourself.
Mhm.
Talk about your business. Talk about your experience. Don't do more, because you don't need to do more. Come back to me, because I'm going to be able to help you with that. In order for us to have a discussion, people are going to ask questions, and we're going to be able to have a Q&A. And I would love for us to go live and then be able to do this again. And remember, next time we're going to do it, I'm going to go ahead and connect live to your home, and we're going to transmit over to everybody's home. And we're going to have like Q's and A's based on what you would like to talk about in business. So I look forward to doing that also. And now that you just gave me this great news, and I want to show you a technical thing, since we're talking about the platform and there are niches. I have RJ on my contacts at the bottom of people that I have, and down there it says follow. I keep clicking follow, but it doesn't allow me to follow.
Well, here's the thing is first of all, if you are not a pro member, you won't be connected to him.
Okay, great.
That's just you know,
That
that
answered my question.
that was the thing at the very beginning, was that, you know, pro users I'll connect with, and so yeah, so free users don't have that direct kind of access to them, but they can still follow him and see his posts and things like that. But that's a pro user kind of thing. And then there's pro users that are like, well, I'm a pro user, and you know, I try to email RJ. Well, why are you trying to email RJ? Really, like, what's the purpose of emailing RJ? Because I've emailed RJ, but my purpose was very simple. I need to know an answer directly from him that I have asked multiple people, and I'm not getting the answer that I think is the right one.
Right.
And then I'll message RJ.
Okay. On that note, so now that's clear for me, because I was saying, well, you said follow. So I went over here and I said follow, but it's not letting me. Oh, okay. Hold on. All right. Okay. I'm going to be a pro. I know I'm going to be a pro. I don't have a doubt about that.
Yeah.
And I look forward to it. Now that I have somebody that I brought in with me, who I know that's going to benefit in the business section with this, and me, I'm going to benefit in the social section with students and connecting people. That's what I look forward to. I'm going to put it together, business and my networks of socializing, to help him grow. At the same time, I'm going to grow. People are not understanding that it's not only about sharing, clicking, and doing that for them, that they're doing it for other people too. They're helping others to come up, to grow. So that was pretty clear now. And it's not easy to express it to people because they still don't get it. Oh, I wanted to mention, I reached out because I saw something, an ad that came out. Jesus put it up. I commented on it. I couldn't wait to hear about it. And then I get this great news from you about IEG travel. And then here I hear, I'm not too sure about that post yet, because it only says Zoom and it has a little ticket on it Jesus put on there. And I was wondering more about that information. I know Jesus is busy and I couldn't take time out.
Is it in his news feed?
Yes, it should be in his news feed. I did comment on it. And
so what was the?
It said boom. It said Zoom, and then it said boom. He mentioned that he spoke with RJ, and RJ told him that something great is coming along. I'm not sure how clear.
It says JD is ready to help and offer the best and for free. Boom.
Yeah, that. So I was a little confused.
That's not RJ.
Well,
It says
on the top,
JD.
what did he say on top on the comment? He said, let me look for it myself too.
So JD is John.
His
Teacher
name.
John.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
JD.
So
Okay,
Teacher John.
see how that could be a mistake from me understanding it. So I said, okay, no, but okay. So I like I said, this is not a place to assume. I heard you say that, and I am not here to assume anything. So I
Yep.
am here to be clear with everything.
Yep.
I also saw somebody discuss about earning $1 per person if you integrate them. I overheard this.
Okay. So
and-
here's what
Yeah.
happens is people take the video that is the promotional video when you first signed up, when you hit the landing page. And don't quote me on this because I don't. Well, I can ask you. Did you see a thing where you could click on a video when you first signed up for Web Talk? When you got to that landing page, there should have been a video in there that kind of explains the ad rewards. I don't know if it's still there, quite honestly. I don't know.
Let me be honest with you. So since I joined in and I got excited and I had already overpassed all sorts of things. So
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. The video is a promotional video, and part of it is kind of the perspective of where this could be, because the idea is that, you know, right now in Facebook, people are worth about $3 to $5 a month. That's a fact. Okay, they're making $6 billion a month. That's a fact. So what Web Talk took was, what if every person that you signed up generated enough value to be worth $1?
That is correct. Yes.
Now some people will, and they've posted this stuff, and I don't know why they post it, and then when they hear that it's wrong, not post it or delete it. I don't understand. But for some reason, there was a time where people were saying that, well, if you get someone into your thing, then you get $1 for them, for every person that you bring in. Well, that's stupid. That's wrong. That's a false statement. The other part is, well, everybody's going to make you $1 a month. No, they might. That in the future should happen.
If they're
But
active.
right now, if someone makes you 5 cents in a month, that's a lot.
It's a plus. It's a great plus.
But so what they've in their promotional is saying, like, very, like, when you think about it, you go, okay, if everybody that you get involved in Web Talk at some point generates enough value, and the whole site is generating enough value, that each one of those people is worth $1 a month. Facebook, $3 to $5. We're saying, or Web Talk is saying, minimum $1. If you have 5 levels, that $1 per person is going to be massive. It really is. But here's the thing that I tell people. If you look at Facebook and you say that everyone's worth $3 to $5, blah, 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 blah. The goal for Web Talk right now is the March to $1 billion. That's a hashtag that RJ has put, March to $1 billion. He wants 1 billion people in Web Talk. Well, if 1 billion people are in Web Talk, that means 500 million people are paying you ultimately, right? Because 50% of the profits go to the user. So if 500 million people walked in front of you and each handed you a penny every month,
I would run out of jars to put them in. I would run out of jars to put my pennies in.
Exactly. People get focused on, oh, well, I need to make $1. No, you don't. You need to just get out and get as many people into Web Talk to use the site. And it doesn't matter how many people you have, the value will continue to rise. If I have 500 people in my whole team, if I have 5 levels and I have 500 people, if 500 people are generating $1 a month, like the whole thing is generating $1 a month, I'm making $500. And that's substantial. That people would love that. And that's only 500 people. You start looking at the people that are getting into Web Talk now, they're not at 500 people. They're at 1,000. They're at 2,000. Why? Because they've connected to all kinds of people. Now, how many people do they have in their referral list? That could be a little bit different. But if you look and you watch like people that'll do like lives or whatever, and you look on the newsfeed and you see how many people they have, or they show you in the referrals, you have to think about this. If I get 100,000 people and all they're handing me is 10 cents a month, I'm not a mathematician, and we know this. Everyone is probably, whoever's watching this, Terry's watching this. She's laughing right now. She knows my math skills. 10 cents from 100,000 people is still life-changing.
Yes.
So I don't care. I don't care about the dollar. I don't care about that. I want it to be when RJ says I want 100 million people by the end of this year. That means 50 million people are going to hand me something every month. And if they want to hand me a penny, I'm cool with that.
Right.
If
All right.
50 million people want to give me a penny every month, God bless them.
Here's the situation. Since I'm doing some translating from English to Spanish so other people can see it, I ran into a video where a gentleman was clarifying that part, that it's not $1 per person if they're not active, if they don't join, if they don't make their profile, if they don't follow steps. This is a part where you need to actually be active and be involved in order to be able to receive that. Once you've already had your profile and once you've already done the steps to be able to connect to where you're going to be paid and so forth to receive your money and linked everything up, you're ready to start being active.
Can you send me the link to that video? Let me watch it real fast, because that could be one of those, hey, it was done a long time ago and probably not up to date. Because I think I know what video you're talking about. It's a Scott Gerard video, right? Or no?
This was a gentleman who mentions that he actually had a talk with RJ regarding that promotion or that topic that came to
send me a link to that.
Yeah.
I want to watch it.
And then I overheard the guy saying, no, but he was saying it in Spanish so that people could understand. Please don't be misunderstood, that you're going to have, for every person in your context, you're going to make $1. You have to understand, you come in, you participate, you're part of, in order for the activity to create, in order for you to earn $1. So I was like,
you're not guaranteed $1 for anything.
Right. So
you're not guaranteed $1 to get someone to sign up and be in your referrals, and you're not guaranteed to make $1 on them a month. That is not that. Both of those things are false statements.
Great. So I was looking at that and I said, okay, no, there's something wrong here. Let me
send me that video. And I want to watch it, because I think I swear
it's a gentleman, and he's in his apartment and everything in the background. He's got curtains and everything, and he's telling that he already spoke and that he went directly with the owner, and that the owner told him that, okay, that's not real, about you're going to make $1 for that. And then he tries to explain it in his words. And I said, no, I'm not going to transmit this. No, I'm not going to give that information. There's absolutely no way I can do that.
No. If someone's guaranteeing something, that there's no guarantee right now.
No.
There's no guarantee that you're going to make money in Web Talk. There's no guarantee that I'm going to make $1 off of you because you completed your profile. No one's ever gotten that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's that. Let me send you a link to that. I want to see it, but that's
another topic. We'll discuss that later.
I'll worry about that when I see it. But yeah, thanks. Great. Yeah, definitely send that to me, because see, this is the thing, is we've even had people in IEG on saying that you get $1 every time you sign someone up. And wow. and we very quickly
corrected
shut that down, because once again, that is an assumption. You're not making $1 off of anybody right now. You won't make $1 off of a person in a year. I don't think maybe in I'm not even going to guess, because I
No
don't think
worries.
that is the value of people in Web Talk is going to be so little in the early stages because so many people are joining. And that's a good thing. You know, people, like I said, people are complaining about they're not making as much in the ad revenue. Well, if you think that you're going to make the same amount of money on $5,000 a month as you did when it was, you know, 500, but 3 million more people showed up, that doesn't even make sense. But you should be excited that your points are still as large, but your payment is smaller. You should be excited about that. And most people will be like, oh, that doesn't make sense. Well, it does make sense to me, because what it means is there's more people interacting and doing more stuff, which ultimately is what we want to see. We want to see more interaction. The ad revenue is merely an experiment right now. It's not a set in stone. It's not a here's the big money maker. No, it's not even close to that. We're working on the system and adding more and more millions of people into the system and trying to break it right now in beta. But we do feel like you guys are doing something, so let's give you a little bit of incentive. So that, you know, so the whole dollar thing, like that's crazy. Now there is something that he did say, and it's related to when you set your profile up and you set up, right now it's just for Payoneer, but he said that in the future it should be for any of the payment groups. There will be a bonus that is given to every single person that completes their profile and connects to the payment thing. That goes to every single person that does that. And there will be a matching for any pro user that has 5 levels. There will be a matching bonus for all the people in your levels that do that. And the money that he's talking about, people could make, and I'm being dead serious, people could make year-long salaries just on this bonus if they really go out and get a ton of people involved and they're building up their team and they're a pro user. There's people that are going to make year-long salaries just in that bonus, which is really cool. And you know, people will say when they hear that, well, how does that work? Well, if you go to Payoneer right now, Payoneer is one of the companies that WebTalk uses.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at Payoneer, Payoneer is an affiliate marketing company, just like WebTalk. When someone gets to $100, like if I had gone out and gotten Payoneer and told you, hey, I'm going to give you my affiliate link or affiliate number, whatever, and you sign up for Payoneer. When you get to $100, your first $100, I get 25 bucks. I mean, that's a pretty good incentive for someone to say, you know what, I'm going to give my link out and tell people about Payoneer. Now think about this. Think about this. RJ uses his site. When you click on Payoneer, you're using RJ's affiliate link. 5 million people have joined WebTalk already. 5 million people are going to want to get paid. They're going to connect, and let's say they all connected to Payoneer, and all of them did work, and all of a sudden everyone starts hitting that 100, that 100, that 100, and what does RJ get? 25, 25, 25. Is he a jerk? Is he Bezos? Is he going to take everything? Nope. He says, look, let's do this. I know I'm getting something out of it every time that someone hits 100 because I am an affiliate and I have set it up very smartly that when you click on Payoneer, it's already connecting his name. I think it's a great idea. Congratulations, well played. But what's beautiful about it is that he is not greedy. And so what he's doing is saying, hey, here's a very cool thing for me to do as the CEO. I'll take my whatever I get and I'm going to redistribute it back to the users. I'm going to give $5. Well, he said it's going to be somewhere in a range, but let's say he says I give $5 back to every single person that signs up in Payoneer, but I match that in people's 5 levels for pro users. Now that changes a lot of things for people. So whether it's $1, whether it's 10 cents, whether it's $5, whether it's $20, whether it's, half a penny, whatever it is,
It's welcomed. It's very
it's
welcome.
value. Yeah, it's still value, and it's still showing who he is as the CEO, that says, I'm not going to take advantage of everybody signing up. And he did say that it's not just going to be for Pioneer, it's going to be anybody who signs up their PayPal account or their Slack account or their Stripe account or their Coinbase account. It sounds like every account that he's going to have that people can sign up for, there will be a bonus for that. And so that's something that's in the future. Who knows what the actual value will be, but from what he said, some pro users are going to be very, very happy when they start getting those 5, 5, 5, 5. So it doesn't, I mean, who knows if it's 5, who knows if it's 6, who knows if it's 7, whatever it is, it's just like boom, boom,
It's
boom.
a bonus. Everything else on top is a bonus. The great thing about this is it's a tool for me. And remember, I mentioned that the reason why I came on board was because I was looking for somewhere where I can manage everything for the company through. And now that he's seen that, hey, he's the director, he has control over it. He doesn't have to wait to ask the person, the social media manager, listen, post this, do that. I said, no. I said, now that you have that, listen, George, if you need any help, let me come over. We will work on it. I will help you use the tools appropriately, how we can go ahead and make content to reach people and just show what we already do and we're experts in to help other people.
Let me ask you this, as his business and as everything that's going on with you guys, how many people are involved in the company? All right, clientele, workers, everything.
Okay, since we had to reinvent ourselves and we can no longer work from the institute or anything like that, everybody's now working from home. Obviously, a lot of people have lost their jobs. A lot of people haven't been able to come back with us. A lot of teachers are waiting to see what's going to happen. So I said, well, if I can reach out to my teachers and let them know that they can come on here and do this as they do their classes, record, make money, go for it. If this is a tool that's going to help you, great. But I was looking at it in the business section and I said, well, how can we reinvent ourselves, George? He said, well, this is what we need to do. My webpage is up. You have yours, your personal one. I said, well, let's do something with that. Let's let people know again that we are active. We're no longer in an institute. We're now working personally from our home offices or from home. So it's only him and I at the moment. We have teachers on standby. We have other people that if we get real busy, they're going to be answering our phones and whatnot. But now I said to him, look, we're not going to be paying institute. You're not going to be paying somebody to manage your social media. You're not going to be paying a receptionist. You're not going to be paying overhead because we have to pay the teachers first over everything. And then whatever is left over, we'll see how we are actually progressing or not. So as I mentioned it to him, he said, no, let's do it. Let's do it. So I said, okay, now that I got him really excited, this whole week, we're going to be working together on how to grow and develop his business, our business within the company. And then I said, okay, but now you can start paying me, buddy. You can help me. You can pay me for managing your social media. You can help me for doing the contacts. You're going to let me go ahead and let people know information. And I'm going to interview you because it's your experience, how we do it, how you're going to be able to project this to people. That's not my area. My area is in the education part. Your area is in the business part. But since I do business management and we're doing the same within the platform, where we could do social and we can do business. You're gonna love this. And he started playing with it a little bit more, asking me questions. I think I only wanted to spend half an hour, and I spent like an hour and a half with him. So, and then I said, all right, so now we have a plan. Are you ready? Let's do this. So this week, you have some tasks to do. And he said, great. I'm behind you 100%. I said, I'm asking for your support. And he said, no, I'm with you. I'm with you. So I said, great. I mean, how does this sound to you? Don't pay me, please. Don't pay me. Don't pay me for managing your social media. Do pay the pro package. Do me a favor. Pay $20 a month, because I understood that we can make payments, and we're not going to lose. So I'm saying, I'm not telling them not to pay me because I need money, obviously, but I'm telling them, if you pay me, I'm going to invest the $20 into the platform. I'm going to make you grow, and because you're underneath me, you're going to grow. You don't understand. You're going to become pro. We are now going to have a different use of the platform, more professional, where we can actually post. I believe it's up to 5 posts that we can use. I can say 5 commercials a month if I'm pro. And I believe
no,
that's,
you can do what
I
are you
meant
saying?
spotlights. I meant spotlights. Sorry.
Oh no, Spotlight. When you go with the pro package, with the pro platinum, you're gonna get 20 spotlight posts a month.
So I went back to that and I said, how many times have we had to pay a company to sell coupons? Because sometimes we have events for kids, summer breaks, when we have to try to get college students that are on their break to come in. How much have we spent? And we spend quite a lot on advertising, publicity, and everything. Now I can go ahead and do the same little tickets for people to get a discount with us, but I don't have to pay someone to do it any longer. We don't have to be attentive if they did it right, if they didn't wrong. You now have control over how you want to reach out to people. And I let them know if it's personal, if friends, family, colleagues, professionals, business, so I said, let me help you grow, because as I help you, you're going to help me. So like I mentioned to him, let's not spend money on other things. Let's just focus and concentrate on how we're going to reach our contacts from before, the new contacts, connected together, give them real information, how we've had to do this via Skype, via live, now via web talk. So let's reach out to these people. Now that I was able to get him send all of his contacts through his links, and he has them on there now, I'm pretty sure he's going to be busy this week, and they're going to be asking him, what are you doing different? How are you reinventing yourself? If we can't go face to face with people, knocking on their business or visiting them and doing contracts and everything, I said, I'm going to facilitate that for us, because we're going to be able to do it how we did it before, but now from the comfort of our homes or how we're working, and nothing changes. And we can actually talk to them directly and put our point across, let them know what they need to do to qualify, what are the processes for being able to get room and board in maybe one of the colleges, how the flying processes goes through it, and why we follow along 100% through and through the whole process, because we don't want people to be misled or misguided. And we have various options of universities. So I mentioned UK Education, because I know that they have 3 different ways of routes of doing it, internally, externally, or virtual. So we're going to be able to give people some great information, and they're going to be able to follow us. And now I get to follow those clients and ask them and integrate with them, see if they're really interested in what part is it that they're interested in. Helping their children prepare themselves to study abroad, go through me. Okay, qualified for the universities. Step 2, how do we do the traveling for them and the accommodation? Step 3, how can we not integrate that into WebTalk when WebTalk is already doing this, and all we need to do is plug away? So please make it. I don't believe I can make it any easier for you now. So this week we're going to start making you active. Okay, Manny, I'm all ears. I'm going to follow you. I see that you're already pampered with this, and you're going to help me. And I said, yes. And I'm just a learner. I'm learning and I'm teaching, but I'm also a great learner, because I want for future any inconveniences or anybody that has a doubt, that I'd be able to resolve that at that moment without having to say, wait a minute, you have to go here and then talk to this person. Make sure you send them an email. Then maybe they'll respond. No, listen, I can direct you directly to the person or the videos. Hey, perfect. We did mention Gerard. And yes, go to him if they're in English. Now, mind that if I can put subtitles in Spanish, exactly what he said, this is going to help us even grow even faster, even better. So we're here in Latin America, and we know that we need to reach out to everybody in Spanish. So we need to go ahead and use the videos so that people can follow them. And at the same time, we're going to talk exactly what they say on them so that people can catch on to what is happening. And then they have a library of videos that they can go to and direct themselves from there. So yes, that is a very nice option, because now I don't have to go ahead and make 250 videos to try to explain to somebody how WebTalk works. Please follow him, subscribe. If you have any doubts, please come to me. And if you didn't understand anything, I will help you with any doubts that you may have if you are missing some kind of information. And if we don't know it, we're going to find out who knows the information and give you the appropriate information for you to continue to feel more comfortable with us and know exactly what we're dealing with. That's where I'm at with him at the moment.
So yeah, so like I said, so let's say universities / clientele, people that you are teaching or helping or whatever, what kind of numbers are those?
They're fairly low right now. They're fairly low because there is a lot of.
But I mean, let's say like I know with COVID it's a whole different thing, but like your average, what's a normal kind of thing?
The movement monthly. Okay, for me, I was teaching students in companies and everything like that, so I have them that are starting to follow me, and now because of this, he obviously has contact with the students directly for qualifying through migration processes and everything. I don't know the number to how well he's moving within training people, the company itself. I know that when he sends me clients that need to be prepared for international testing, and they go ahead and qualify through me, then they're able to go abroad because they were able to qualify in order to reach their goals in IELTS or international examination. So I can't really give you a number specifically on how many people are involved, but I will get back to you on that, because this is something that I would like to ask him live so that we can understand how we can go ahead and direct him towards the right direction. And
well, here's what, and the reason I ask this is because when you think about when I think about what he's doing in his business, he's probably talking to at least 4 or 5 universities, and let's say 100, 200 people are I mean, let's just keep it low. Like, let's not get crazy. 100, 200 people that he has on a connection kind of basis. So let's say those people come, he says, look, the communication, no more Gmail, no more this, no more that. The communication is going through WebTalk. So you need to sign up for WebTalk to get more information from me as my business. This is what I'm doing. And like you said, what are you doing to keep up with the times? Well, here's what we're doing. We are going to generate all of our activity in a site that's going to generate revenue because of the activity. Now, every single person that doesn't have to hear that. You don't have to tell that to every single person. They'll figure it out. But when you say, hey, if you're part of this, whatever communication we had before, wipe that out. This is the site that you're going to go to. This is our communication. We have, it's just a better site than everything else. We can do it all in one. We can have that. People are going to come in and they're just going to sign up because they understand that. Okay, they understand that, okay, this is the company, this is the, whatever the leader of this is saying, this is what we have to do. They do it. So now what you have, your teachers internally are a teacher group, all their communication through the news feed, but private, the private group. So on their news feed, they'll see all the interaction and the talking, the responses and the posts, but I won't see that because it's private. But what that's doing is all the teachers are generating revenue for the boss. So what does the boss do at the end of the month? Hey guys, we made $5 extra this month. I know it's not that much, but every single one of you, I do appreciate you that you're part of this. Here's 75 cents for the month. Now, is that going to change lives? No, not in the least. That's almost you know, like kind of being a jerk to people. But here's the thing. Let's say by the end of this year, we're still going to be dealing with COVID. So we're still going to be in the same situation that we're at. But at the end of this year, let's say that that just the ad rewards is at $500,000, or let's say $250,000. Well, now all that activity that's going on with the teachers just talking to each other and posting and interacting and stuff. Now let's say that filters up 5 levels, and let's say it's $2,000 in that month or $1,000 in that month. Now what does the boss do? Hey guys, now I have $3,000 because we generated so much activity with all these students talking, with all of you guys talking. Look, here's a bonus at the end of the month, and it's not coming out of his pocket, it's coming out of WebTalk's pocket. And so what he says is, look guys, thank you so much for sticking with me. Thank you so much for teaching these students for a couple months with minimal. Here's a bonus. Here you go. We generated this much activity, and it came to me at my 5th level, or you know, I'm on the top of the 5th level. All of us in our private groups and our student groups and our teacher groups and our this group and our that group and our parent group and our this group and our that group all generated this much. Because by the time you get to the end of the year, if you use this site and if you use it correctly, by the end of this year, you will have thousands, not hundreds, thousands of people in his 5 levels already. Why? Because there's not one person that's going to get involved with this and be like, I don't like making money. Just show me one person that says, I don't like making money. Now, what they're going to do is they're going to say, hey, we're still in COVID. We still don't have a job. And you're telling me if I just get all my Facebook followers to come over here, I can make money off of them? Well, it's only, you know, you're only going to make $5. Well, that's $5 more than Facebook did. But in December, that same $5 could be $100. Now, in Colombia, knowing the facts, $100 a month would be family saving, because that family now could throw some food on their table because they have an extra $100. See, that's the power of what he's sitting on right now, is not his business. You know, the teachers can generate some revenue, a couple students can generate revenue, blah, blah, blah. But if you get 200 people and you sit them down and explain to them, look, what we've done is not only change to help ourselves and to communicate with you better or whatever, we have found a platform that if you use it correctly on your time, because you're all sitting at home and you can't work and you can't do this, but you can certainly be on social media all day. Well, here you go. Here's a way to generate revenue. All those people, they're going to go tell their friends. And you can tell them, look, we can train you. We can put you in a Zoom and we can train every single one of you however you want to do it, because that's what we do. That's what I do. And I don't care about that part. That part is my job. And I'll say, I mean, even if I'm tired, I'll say it over and over again. I don't really care. But that's the thing, is now what you have for these people is not only a new way to communicate, a new way to generate a little bit of revenue for the boss and, you know, and save some money on advertising, things like that. No, what you can actually do is say, hey, Bogota, hey, Colombia, you all are struggling. And there's this crazy dude in the United States that's going to hand half of his profits to anybody that joins up. And it's the dollar It's not pesos. So when you earn $1, it's not, oh, you're getting some sort of equivalent. No, you are getting the dollar. And that will be big. And so when you think about it, if you were able to, as a business who is into helping people and teaching people and all this stuff, say, look, guys, here's the thing. You don't have to pay anything and you can generate revenue. Now, is there an option? Yes, but you don't have to pay that. If you really put the time into it and get your 1,000 followers in Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, whatever else you have, and you get 500, 200 of them to get into Web Talk, I guarantee it that they're going to make you more money than any of those people in Facebook and Twitter and Instagram are going to make you. And guess what? Those people are going to go talk to people. And those people are going to talk to people. And that's just the way it's going to go. And all of a sudden, now you have Colombia in your pocket doing whatever they want to do to be successful. And this guy, because he listened to Manny and dropped, his $20 a month or his $200 for the year, now he pays you.
Yeah, I mentioned that. So he was excited about it. He's all into it. So we're going to be working fairly strong this week. I know. You'll be seeing a little bit more of me. I'm not going to be chicken about it, and I'm going to be on my Facebook, on my other places, but directly from Web Talk, so people can actually see what we're dealing with, how to communicate better, how to reach people, how to help others, how to give back of yourself and receive. I don't know how many times full it'll come back, but I'm not concerned about that. I'm concerned about.
And by the way, you can also take classes that can teach you how to grow stuff in your house so that you can eat.
That's correct. That is correct. That's a very good thing. When I saw the video, followed up, I was on there today checking it out. I commented on there.
Yeah, I saw your comment.
And then I said, wait, but now that's a great thing. There's a little town here called Rakira where people make artisanal things, mugs and everything. Oh, wow. Where's one of my mugs? I'll share that with you later, one of my coffee breaks in the morning. And I said, how can I help those people that don't have tourism coming in, that are making these things that they can't import, export? They can't seem to do anything. So I'm going to talk to the mayor of that little town, some of the people that work there, and I'm gonna let them know, please allow me to reach your people in their workplace so that I can record how they do this, make a video of it. Please let them know that they can sell the mud and a complete packet to other people that want to learn how to do this artwork. They can generate importing and export.
And here's the other part of that. And this is something that I have said numerous times, and I will say it numerous times more until it happens, and then I'll be happy that I said it, because then I'm right, and I feel really special about that. I'm being kind of facetious, but I truly believe that people who have businesses won't need to sell their product. So what you do is, this person who makes mugs to try to sell to tourists that aren't there. Well, if a tourist comes and buys a mug, it's a one-time payment. If I show a video of me making a mug every day and 65 countries start responding to it, and then they start sharing it, I'm selling my product around the world, and I haven't even given anybody anything. They don't have to give their product away. Now, what Geo Ag is saying is, hey, look, if you buy this kit, we're going to give you the seeds and stuff, so you don't have to do that. You don't even have to do that. They said it. You could just go and buy something that has seeds on it and throw it in there, and they'll work with you on that. But this is what I tell people is, think about this. Think about that same mug place, okay? It's a mug place. They make their mugs. They're sitting, they've fired them and they're beautiful and blah, blah, blah. And I walk in and I say, oh, how do you make these mugs? Well, we this is the mud and this. Oh, okay, cool. How do you come up with the artwork? Oh, well, this is, ancient, blah, 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 or this is, our history, blah. Oh, okay, cool. Well, how do you do, and I ask all these questions and they answer it. And then I go, yeah, I'm not buying a mug. And I turn around and walk out the door. Well, they spent an hour talking to me, explaining what they're passionate about. They explain it, but they don't get paid for that. They get paid for selling the mug. Switch that situation up. Web Talk, I go in and I watch the video and I start messaging. Well, how do you make that mug? How do you do that? Every comment, money, revenue. That's the thing is,
Okay.
when I look at this, at some point, businesses and companies and things like this, when I say that I truly believe that when I walk in and I can say, I'm an IEG student or IEG teacher or IEG anything, that person at that company will say, I have made so much money from the interaction of hundreds of thousands of people at some point. Here's the mug. Just pick a mug and turn around and walk back out because you're IEG. And then what I would do as an IEG person is I would take a picture at that shop and say, look at my new mug, click. And I post it and they put it on their site. And now they get paid for that mug by comments, emojis, and shares.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Andy, because that's a different vision. You're looking at it in a different perspective. And oh my goodness, yeah, sure. He has his little shop. He shows you how to grab the mud. He shows you how to form it, how to color it in, how to let it dry.
Let me ask you this. Have you seen those videos of, I don't even know where they're at, if it's Africa or South America, but it's the dude that just he just randomly builds stuff out in like the middle of the jungle, and it's just with like sticks and all of a sudden it's like this
Mirage.
bathhouse.
Yeah.
How many comments are on that?
And I'd love to see it, but I don't know where it is.
Thousands.
Yeah,
Thousands,
yeah,
people,
sure,
millions probably, of just comments on like people are blown. They're like, wait a minute, this dude just dug up dirt and created this bathhouse. He hasn't sold a bathhouse to anyone, but if he was in Web Talk, he would have enough money to buy one at some point. That's what people need to start thinking about. Is it's not the product. The product is going to be the icing on the cake. If I sell 6 mugs this year, great. But if I'm posting videos about anything, a tourist guy comes in, hey, I do, hey, I'd really like to, bring you in. I want you to follow me because tourists might not know about Web Talk. So you say, hey, look, I'm going to have you follow me on Web Talk. So follow me right now. Okay, cool. All right, IEG. Hey, IEG, guess what? This guy just came into my shop. He's from Argentina and he wants a mug. What should we make today? And people start responding. Oh, you should do this. You should do this. And while he's doing that with that person in the shop live, he just paid for the cup. And so then at the end of all of it, he goes, you know what? This is on me. Don't worry about it. And that guy walks out. And now he's part of Web Talk. Now he has generated revenue for that. And that tourist now goes to Argentina and goes, I don't know what just happened, but I went to a shop. We did a live. And the next thing you know, this dude just gave me a mug.
I'm loving it because this is going to become a reality. As soon as they allow us to open roads to be able to travel to those places,
it's already a reality. We just have to get to the hotel. There's a hotel that will give some people a free place to stay right now because they're part of IEG.
Wow.
This is big. This is beta. This is not app time yet. See, this is all the stuff that when you see other people talking about web talk, they can't even comprehend this right now. They don't even get this part because they're still thinking, I want people to comment and make emojis and stuff on my post because I need to earn money. What are you going to earn? What are you going to earn out of $5,000 with 5 million people trying to find $5,000? That's stupid. You're not going to earn that. But what you are going to do is you're going to create this big giant ecosystem of, I'm going to pay you with emojis and comments and shares. And if we have 100,000 or 1 million or whatever amount of people finally show up into this thing and join just the travel group. And here's the thing. Let's say in the same concept of generating revenue, if you have 100,000 people that are part of IEG travel group, you have a hotel that is part of IEG travel group in X country. 100,000 people are never going to show up at that hotel at once. It's never going to happen. But guess what? Every time you post, 100,000 people hit like. So now in a post, 100,000 times 10.
Okay.
Okay.
Regarding traveling and something key that you just mentioned based on hotels and everything, because, all right, I'm going to welcome my cousin Arturo Manjarres, who actually is joining us soon. As soon as he finishes profile, he's just been real busy in New York and he's going to come out here. He exports bricks. And so I figured, okay, great. There's something we can do with that. He's more into the business, more into investments, property, and things like that. Let me bypass that business section. Let me go back to my topic. I was relating to, okay, so I go to a hotel. I ask them to allow me, when I bring somebody to this little town, can they stay here? What are your accommodations? I let people know this is a great hotel. But now I see that I need to integrate myself with the hotel and say, okay, what can you do for me if I bring you clients? Because I'm going to bring you clients. I know what I'm doing. So they're going to say, okay, if you bring us clients, sure, you can stay for free, or somebody else or a third party or something. I know there's going to be an agreement. But once I say, no, listen, that's great. I look forward to that. Let me help you grow. Join us, use your database, put yourself on the map. I'm going to come here and do live, and we're going to show people the rooms and what is available and how you can enjoy yourself here. Does that sound okay with you? And I'm pretty sure they're not going to say no. So I know that I'm going to be able to do the whole tourist part, from picking them up in the airport, taking them to the town, leaving them in a hotel, being a guide to the mountains and other rural areas and rivers and whatnot. Go horseback riding during the day, go visit the lake of blue colors. We're going to go to Villa del Leo. We're going to have a great lunch in one of these awesome restaurants. And for the evening, there's going to be live entertainment. All right, great. I just did this out of the top of my head. So I know what I would like to do for somebody that's going to tour. But now I know I need to find them a hotel, hospitality, transportation. I need to be able to get them a good deal in order to have more people and pay less. So, okay, great. I think I can manage that. But now if I'm helping them promote their hotel and everything like you just mentioned, and IEG is involved and they're able to stay there, hey, more welcome. And the mug, that's definitely going to help. That's definitely going to happen. So
well, and here's the next part that I bet you haven't even thought about. You go to that hotel and say, look, at that time it's going to be more, but you can say, look, you're a hotel in a little tiny town in Colombia. I can showcase you to 65 countries today. All you need to do is you need to give me a promotional video, and I'm going to post it on Web Talk. And when I post it on Web Talk, I'm going to show you in the next, like, I'll come back in like 3 days, 4 days, whatever. I'm going to show you how much money we made you, or you made me, on one post. Because what's going to happen is you're going to come with a video to me or anybody. I'm going to put that video. I've told people this, and I will, and it's I don't care what company it is. I'm not here to, you know, pick and choose what company I promote, or Tim, you know, Tim promotes, or what anybody promotes. Now, what I do say is that I do understand that teachers have preferences of certain things, and that's fine. So I want teachers to start promoting in their Zoom meetings. I already do that. Go look at number 4, I think, of my IEG travel Zoom meeting. I think it's number 4 and number 5, or number 4 and 5, whatever. We show videos of promotions. So you get free advertising in a travel group, mind you. This is a travel group that does Zoom meetings to develop whatever. So what you do is restaurant. You walk into a restaurant and you say, I'm going to make a bet with you. And they say, what? You join my IEG travel group on WebTalk. You join it right now. Set your stuff up. They might not be able to do it the first time that you have a meal, but let's say they do. Let's hypothetical this. You say, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a picture of this restaurant. Whatever money I make in the time that I eat here, I'll give to you for this meal. And that's it. But anytime that you post from now on, people are going to be, you know, supporting you 65 countries deep. See, this is what's going to happen with the IEG travel group, is an IEG travel group member is going to walk into a restaurant and they're going to hold up their little phone and they're going to say, I'm part of IEG. And that restaurant says, okay, cool, the dinner's on us. So what I do is I take a picture of my plate of food as it hits the table. I take a picture of it, I post it. By the end of the meal, if it works the way it should work, it might not happen right at the end of the meal, but by the next day or so, they will have generated enough revenue off of all the interaction of that restaurant that they will be happy that they gave it to you for free. And see, this is another thing, is what I think is going to be awesome is when I walk into a hotel, all the people that are pulling out their American Express cards or their this, that, and rewards card, and I walk up with IEG and say, hey, guys, I'm from IEG. And they go, okay, the room's on you or on us. Everyone that just handed them an American Express card is going to be like, wait a minute. I paid a lot of money for this American Express card and you're charging me. This fool just walked in with their cell phone and said, what the heck is IEG? Well, follow us.
Okay.
That person signs up under that hotel. Now that person generates money for that hotel. The endless possibilities of what RJ is giving to the world with this. See, people in WebTalk haven't even thought about this. Because you know why I know? There's no other travel group. There's not a travel group in, you know why? Because everyone's waiting for the portal to show up. Then we'll figure it out. Oh, really? You're going to figure it out? Let me show you, Manny. Let me just show you a little bit of the travel group stuff. Okay. Okay, so first of all, this is Tom. The only reason I'm going to this is because I was kind of going through and I just saw the hashtag and stuff, so great. But Tom he's 14. I don't know if you've seen him. He's awesome. But
I like that. Work hard, play hard.
Tom wants to he wants to travel. You know, he wants to do all this stuff. So what he's done is somebody from the IEG travel group, they posted something, so he shared it. So now let's go to it. This is what we tell people that you need to have on any post that's travel related, IEG travel or IEG travel portal. That's those two hashtags you should have on this, because at some point when we do have our business page, we're going to move all of this information into it. So now when someone joins and goes, hey, you know, obviously there's a travel portal, I should probably look that up. Oh, it sends them to our group because we've already claimed those hashtags. What's going to happen is each person that joins Web Talk is going to join our travel group. They're going to. Why? Because it's going to be big before it even started. We probably have 200 and some people already involved in it. So when people come in and look for the trending groups, looks for a video, they're going to see IEG travel. They're going to see that hashtag. They're going to say, what is this IEG travel? Well, they're going to go to it and they're going to see that there's a bunch of people posting stuff about all their free trips. And they're going to say, I need to be part of this. And then they're going to start noticing, wait a minute, on this page, look at the list of all these businesses. So you're telling me that I can go to this hotel and just say I'm IEG, and I get a week stay on them? Why wouldn't you? Now, see, the hotel goes, okay, you have a massive travel group. Every time the hotel posts, we as a travel group and we as IEG, what do? We comment on it, we post it, we share, because we know what to do. We're supporting the business, who's supporting the teachers, who's supporting the students. We already know how to do all this. So every time that hotel posts something, 100,000 people are going to give them something. So let's say those 100,000 people only give them a penny. Well, 100,000 people giving you a penny every day. If 5 people or 2 people show up to my hotel, do you think that I'm going to even care about giving up a room? Not even close. A restaurant, if 100,000 people give you a penny every time someone comes in and eats and says, I'm from IEG, why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you post it up on your restaurant right when people walk in? Join Web Talk, join IEG, free meal on us.
Okay, you just blew my mind.
All you need to do is post a picture of your write us a review, because we can do recommendations. Why don't you just write us a recommendation, or take a picture and post it into our business page and say that you were here? Well, the second that there's a post, everyone's going to comment on it. So what people have done is, this is the first part, is the IEG travel, the IEG portal. Now, what people have done, and maybe I can find someone who does this next thing. This is pretty cool. This is what someone from Vietnam did this, and I'm pretty sure it was probably Andy that started this. So let me see if I can find IEG travel thing that he might have. I'm not seeing it. Let's see. No. Well, let me see.
That's okay. While you look for it, I'm thinking, okay, I have a family member who's moving to a little town. She's retiring. She's from Florida. She's Colombian. She bought a piece of land that has a little river going by it and everything. And I want to be able to help this little town. She wants to help by being a nurse, by being a teacher, by helping others there. So we have a little mission to try to create a nonprofit organization that's going to help them, and at the same time we're going to be helping them help themselves, which is the great thing about Web Talk. I mean, there's nothing on here you cannot do as long as you're active and you want to do this and you're giving of yourself. So I'm definitely super hyper about the idea that I can go to other towns that are right around for tourism and do the same thing with them and integrate them into IAG travel. I am gonna, as soon as they're able to open up roads and be able to go there, I'm going to be coming live to everybody in Web Talk. I'm going to be showing you what these places are all about. And as I share, I'm gonna bring you in so that people can come and start doing this, but not only for themselves. Hey, if you can get a free meal out of it, great. And if you can get a free stay, wouldn't you do it? I would, especially if I'm stuck in a place I want to stay in, but I don't have money. And for some reason, I didn't plan on it. That is an awesome option. That is great. That is fantastic.
Yep.
The reason I was telling about my cousin, because he imports exports, and there's a place that makes bricks over there, and that's what he was doing. So he's into that. And I said, well, how can I integrate myself here by helping people do this? Well, now I just found another niche that I don't have to get involved with so much. I can do less and earn more. I mean, I don't know. Maybe people really aren't thinking about that at the moment, but I really hope that they do tend to share this. And now that you just cleared it up for me, IEG Travel is an up and running, and we can actually post on there. And I'm gonna be, I'm all behind it. Today I was short because I got into my baseball game. I was excited about that, and I didn't have time to post other things about Colombia. But now that I can relate them to places where people stay, hotels, restaurants, where you can actually go in and eat anywhere from a typical lunch, Colombian lunch, like I've posted on there. I warned people, it's mouth-watering. You're going to see a bunch of pictures, so I warned you, please eat before you watch those. And as I'm going to be sharing a lot of different places around Colombia, and that I know of, or that people, and now you just gave me another great idea. I've worked with many travel agencies. A lot of them are at this moment having to work from home. I'm going to talk to some of the directors there and ask them if they would like to come and join me. And I'm going to show them what I can do for them from the luxury of their home, or have other employees and travel agents that need this, that they can actually do this and still be productive and not have to worry about going out and having to, go along with what's going on around the world.
And another
I'm
thing that can be
speechless.
done that is really cool with this is, let's say you do go to a town, like a group of, let's say 20, 30, web talkers go to a town. Well, someone obviously is going to be from that town or from that area. So what they do is they say, hey, look, my cousin or, my friend, they have a tour, bus company, or they have cars or whatever. You go to that business. And if you have to spend a little money, you spend a little money. It's not all about being free. But the thing is it is that company, whatever company the group uses, they're obviously going to tell them, hey, you should be in WebTalk and IG, and they will develop something for them. But what's beautiful about this is the travel isn't just for the IAG people, it's for the communities. And you can say, hey, we're going to go, we're going to go to X restaurant. We're going to go to blah, blah place. Why? Well, that's because I know this person. Yeah. And not everybody has to go to the same place. That's not a requirement. You don't have to stay in the same hotel. Some people might want to stay at someone's house that they met in that country. And other people might want to stay at the 5-star hotel, and some people might want to lay on the beach. I don't really care.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of this, is you can make your decisions, but ultimately you have these options that you can do that will be very valuable for every community that brings people in. And what you're saying is, like the lady that is going to go to a small little community. Well, she's there to help people. So why doesn't she create her own little, her own site, her own profile, and every person that she comes in contact with, follow me on WebTalk. Well, now what she's doing is she doesn't have to say, oh, you have to pay money, or oh, you do this or whatever. No, they're just following her on social media and generating revenue. And then she just turns around and gives it right back to the community in what she's helping them with.
That is great. That
You know,
that is
that's how simple it is. It's not
ah,
it's not a big, you know, to do. It's very simple, and the beauty of this is that it's so simple, it's very hard to understand because people don't get the fact that you could actually do things without a dollar bill. You can do it with emojis and comments and shares.
bartering.
I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, so if you look at this, I don't have an example, Manny, I can't find it, but what they started doing is instead, like this one is just a very simple comment.
Yeah.
What they started doing, which is awesome, is they would make a comment, but then they would have a link to a post that was IEG travel related on their newsfeed. So they will put that link in here. So now when I make a post and I look down here and I go, oh, okay, cool. They commented, but they left a link for me to go to their newsfeed. So now I click on that. It sends me to their newsfeed. I comment there on their thing and then leave my link. So someone else is going to do that. And they've started doing this a lot more. And it's really cool because then it just generates the idea of not just making a comment, but now I comment and I click and now I can support the person who commented on me. And so we're going to generate a lot more revenue doing that. And so that was, I think it was probably Andy, but it was someone in Vietnam started that. You know, we normally have once a week, we have a travel Zoom meeting where people can come on and do a presentation of a place that they want to go to, a place that they've been, there's something from their town, whatever, they can do that. And then other times we just kind of talk about stuff. I have been doing it this summer in the morning, but now that I'm back in school, I've got to change it up and figure it out. But this this is a goal of mine. I want IEG to be the best #1 group in Web Talk. I really do. But what I really want this travel group to be, you know, the thing that just destroys every other travel group. And you know, it's very interesting. This is just a story, but there's a group in Facebook and they're called the Travel Tribe. And it's basically, you know, African American travelers have created a massive, massive group in Facebook. And basically, you know, what they do is you know, it takes a lot to be part of the group. You have to be, you know, it's not just anybody shows up and is part of the group. It's pretty exclusive to real travelers, you know, people that will represent the group in the right way. And you know, you have to, it takes a while for people to get involved, but my wife was part of it or whatever. And what they do is they'll just like post like, you know, like glitches or, you know, things that happen so that travel is cheaper for everybody. Well, one time when I was living in Abu Dhabi, they posted, and this was like, was right around like Christmas time, and there was a glitch, a travel glitch. So the airline basically, somehow there was a glitch, and all you had to do was pay the taxes on round trip flights from the States to the UAE. So this group blasted this out. So many people took advantage of it that they had to break it up into like it was like 3 different months that these massive groups of people were going to come to the UAE. Well, what was cool is we were in the UAE. So people that were in the travel group that my wife knew were going to come out. I sent the glitch out to, you know, some friends of mine, and one of my buddies, you know, he was like, I'll do it. He's like, screw it. I mean, it can't be that expensive. Well, it was $179 round trip from the States to the UAE for him.
Wow.
Now, if you know anything about flights to the UAE from the States, it's probably for like a regular person, it's probably going to cost you like $1,000 just for the flight.
Going and coming.
Well, for a round trip, yeah, for a round trip, like $1,000.
Yeah, sure.
I could get mine for a little bit cheaper because I was just, you get good at finding the tickets and stuff at the right time, whatever. But people were getting round trip tickets to the UAE from the United States for like $100 to $180. Now, what were they going to do? Well, they're going to come and they're going to show out because it's the UAE. Well, the UAE gets, well, here's this. Okay, it was a big thing. I mean, it was in the news. Etihad messed up, had a travel glitch, and they are not going to, they're going to adhere to their policy and accept it. They made a mistake, people used it, whatever. So then all these hotels went, well, if there's going to be massive amounts of people showing up, we're going to start doing deals. So they start pumping out deals. Well, guess what? It goes right into that group. People start getting deals. So we decided, Ashley and I decided that we were going to take advantage of one of the deals. And one of the deals was, it was like 2 nights at the Regis hotel on the Abu Dhabi Corniche, like right on the water. Really, really nice hotel. Super, super nice hotel. And it was going to be, I think it was going to cost us like $130 a night, but this hotel was like more like a $400 a night hotel, and it was a great deal. So we're like, you know what, let's do it. It was basically like buy one get one free. It is in the same city that we lived in, but we decided to go. So we show up. We didn't know what we were getting into. We showed up, and this guy walks up with us. We walk in the room, and he's like, "Here's your room," blah blah blah, and I said, okay, thank you. And he said, if you guys have any questions, just hit the button. You can ask me. I'm your butler. And we're like, what? He's like, I'm your personal butler. He's like, if you need anything, you tell me. So a while later, I was looking for the tea and the coffee stuff because that's what's in hotels, right? You make your own tea and coffee. So I pushed the button. I'm like, hey, man, I've been looking around the room. I cannot find the tea and coffee. He's like, oh, well, what do you want? I said, well, I was just looking for, some tea and, my wife wants coffee, blah, blah. He's like, okay, 5 minutes. Knock, knock, knock. He makes it. You don't even make your tea and coffee. The butler does it for you. He comes in, sets it down. He's like, hey, do you guys have any clothes that need to be ironed or anything? So we had butler service at this beautiful hotel based on deals that this travel tribe group did. And I'm thinking now, I think about it and I go, okay, I want this to be a step above that. And I want people to walk in and have butler service for free. That's what I want.
Okay.
And it's like, and it can happen. It's going to take a while to get to that level, but I want to be at that level where we walk into hotels and they're just like, and the thing is we don't have, every hotel doesn't have to be I'm from IHG. It can still be, something that you booked on the travel portal when it's there, or another site, or if there's a deal, there's a glitch in the system. Hey, let's take advantage of this. Everybody, today it's going to cost you $180 on your card. You got a month to pay it off. How many people want to go on this glitch deal? Well, 50 people say, I'm going. Okay, cool. Now we got to just figure out who's at the bottom of the 5 levels, who's at the bottom of a 1 level, who's over here, who's over here. Okay, got that figured out? Okay, for this week, all these people, whenever they post, you have to comment and share an emoji, all that stuff. So by the end of the month, we'll pay for their credit card.
Yeah, you did mention that. You did mention something about 500 and the people can earn their own travel, and it sunk in. And then I said, I'm definitely where I need to be. I'm at the right place at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm grateful when you guys bring me in. To be honest, I had told.
It's not.
This is because I told teacher Tim. I said, hey Tim, I'm not going to be able to hang out on Sundays because Sundays is, it's like, one of these days where you relax in your home. And to be honest, I was looking forward to communicating with, Tutor Jack, and Tutor
Yeah.
Jack didn't reach out to me. I waited. I got up early. I was all excited. I said, okay, I'm going to be there for him at 9. Well, he never pulled through, so I was like, okay, well, let me continue with my day. And then I said, okay, great. I get to watch sports. I get to be with my family. I get to hang out. Awesome. And now, wait a minute. Oh, wait, I had a meeting with George, and I wasn't expecting that on a Sunday. And then I saw that he's right behind me doing everything, and I'm helping him to be able to manage the platform correctly. So he's happy. And I'm thinking, okay, this is a person I've worked with for like 10 years, over a decade. And now we're active and we're feeling alive. And he says, you got my support, whatever you need, because I see your enthusiasm. I see you believe in this. And I said, George, I believe in it so much that I'm asking you to go ahead. Don't pay me, man. Just pay directly monthly this or help me pay it off. And I guarantee you we're going to get our money back. And it's not about the money. It's not about that. You're going to be helping me. I'm going to be helping you. We're going to be growing. And there's no limit to right now to what I'm doing. And I asked him, I said, well, I know I'm working with you. But I'm also doing me. So let me be me on here. While I do me, I'm going to help you, and we're going to help others. So that's the fantastic thing about this. You put me at ease with IEG Travel right now. I am going to be posting, hashtagging that correctly, because I've been confused about how to hashtag certain things. But now that those are very clear, because I hashtag IEG Colombia, and then but IEG Travels and posts of Bogota and the different places that I've been to and around that I recommend if you're going to come to Bogota. Then I will be posting things about the towns around Bogota, the major cities outside of Bogota, all the way to Medellin, all the way to the coast, all the way to Riohacha. I'm just going to show you and be a guide to people for now, virtually. But I would love for people to come and get to know it personally, and I will show you what the human warmth is all about here in Colombia, that people are just going to enjoy and love about. And you also gave me another idea. Well, you mentioned that these are travelers that are serious travelers, backpackers, people that know how to save money and everything also. But if they're welcomed into a hotel and they don't have to stay maybe in go do some glamping, and they can stay in a hotel in town and everything is facilitated for them due to IEG, because they already know that where they can go, I'm sure they're going to take advantage of it, and they're going to appreciate that, and they're going to go, okay, here's a safe place somebody recommended. They know that this place is good for us, and it's no joke, and we don't have to feel uncomfortable about staying here or staying there. So I look forward to all that.
Well, and that's another thing that is kind of cool. And this is something that, you know, is down the road, but without really saying anything like company wise, but let's say you know a taxi driver in Bogota. Well, let's say I'm a female traveler from America, and I've heard all about how scary it is to travel by myself. Well, what I do is I go to IEG Travel, and I click on that, and I do a search for taxi drivers. Well, you have a friend who's a taxi driver. He's part of IEG Network.
Okay.
Every time someone uses his taxi, in the recommendations section of IEG of his Web Talk profile, they recommend him. Well, now that girl can go and look, oh, there's a taxi driver. I'm going to message him, and I'm going to say, I'm going to be in town at this time. Can you be my driver the entire time? Oh, you're from IEG? Oh, yeah, of course. So now that girl gets off the plane, no fear. She meets him. She knows who he is because they've already talked. She knows who he is because she's seen the recommendations. And she knows she's safe because if someone messes up in IEG, you're going to hear about it. So you're not going to mess up. We're only going to have the right people. We're only have the right people, not the wrong people.
Yeah.
And so what it does is it verifies, and it gives people even a safer, a place to travel, because now they're connecting, that backpacker is connecting to maybe even a person that they go, you know what, I want to stay, because if you're backpacking, you're probably trying to be as local as possible. So now you go to someone's house and you stay there, and you guys post on Web Talk. Look at where I'm at. I just met an IEG member. Well, everyone's going to post on that, and everyone's going to comment on that, and they're going to emoji it. They're going to love it. And that person's going to get some value from letting someone stay at their house.
Yes. Yes.
You know, that's the thing is it's not, it's what's beautiful about it isn't all about just, oh, give me free stuff. It's the connections that you can make with someone from Vietnam, and you're living in Colombia, and then you choose to go to that country, or whatever country your people that you're teaching decide to go to. They already have people that they know because they've connected with them.
Very true, Andy. I'd like to share a really quick story. I have I don't know, I'd call her my step Mexican mother from the States. She went ahead and
right?
she went ahead and recommended me. She said, I have this young lady who's a really good friend of the family. I know you're out there in Colombia. Can I give her your number, Manny? And I said, please do. I'll welcome her. And well, she's going to be traveling from Colombia, from Bogota to Medellin. And I said, okay, that's about a 5-6 hour drive. Sure. I said, well, my brother, he's a courier. Well, he has a truck. Hey, listen, let's do something. He'll pick her up from the airport. She can stay here with us one night, because in the morning we leave about 4. We'll be there by about 11 in the morning over there. We'll already have had breakfast on the road. And once we get there, the weather totally changes and it's really beautiful. So she said, really, you would do that for me? I said, it's my pleasure. Now, imagine had I done that through IEG. Imagine had I already had this. So then other people would already be sharing. I would have already been able to make revenues on that, and only from helping people and not asking for anything back. So I really don't like talking about revenues. I don't really like talking about people, telling people exactly, you know, hey, you're going to make money. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. No, please. I'm using a platform that I know that it's going to benefit you. Hey, listen, you're a company. Listen, just join me. It's free. If it doesn't work for you, okay, it didn't work for you. You're not going to lose anything, but time and everything. No. So I said, okay, great. That's a true story based on that. So now I know that I can count on my brother who has a truck, a nice little Chevy truck, 4 people, baggage in the back, picking them up from the hotel, taking them to their hotel, from picking them up from the airport, taking them to the hotel, and then planning a tour around Colombia, Bogota. And then if they're going to be traveling to Medellin, hey, we're available to do that for you. It's not something that I haven't thought about, Andy. It's just something that was occurring before all this had happened. And I'm really going to stick to it. Stick to it. And I can't wait to share this with everybody here on Web Talk. I really can't, because I'm going to show you how you should be able to do this the correct way in order to not only for you, but for others, to make it a safer place for them, communicate with the right people and help them all along with their whole process. And the memory that they're going to take back is incredible. I have had people follow me, people that I have taught, people that have gone through the experience of studying abroad, that come back and share and they tell me thank you. And that for me has been the most gratifying thing that I get from helping other people. It's not about the money. It's not about the revenues right now. It's letting them know that you have a place, like a home, a platform that you know that you can use. And it's going to, in one way or another, it's going to benefit you once you're active and you continue to do your things. So it's more than welcome. It's fairly simple for me to understand. I will have other people understand it as I go along in post and be able to generate something that I know they're going to be into. I'm pretty sure people are going to love my posts. So I already know that right off the bat. I know on Facebook, for me, I've been using it less and less, and I'm not kidding, because I already have one platform that I can use to reach out to everybody. So I go public, or I go Facebook, or I go Twitter, or if I want to do something professional, I go LinkedIn. So I say, okay, training people, LinkedIn. I say, okay, personally, no, I'm just going to share with everybody, hey, today I watched the Dodgers beat the Diamondbacks Arizona 3-0. Great, we're in there. We're still in there. We're barely kicking off, and we're already 5 out of 10. We're doing good. So I was totally excited to relax. And then when I get this invitation, I was like, oh man, I just finished the meeting, but I'm here. You know why? Because I want to be here, because it grows. It's something that I want to share, and I have a lot of passion. Here in Colombia, we have a lot of passion, and the human warmth. Oh man, it's in my blood. It really is in my blood. I can't wait for you to go to Medellin and,
know,
and
I know.
just settle in, feel the ground, feel the
Yeah.
weather, see the people, taste the food. Oh, and with your family, wow. I wish you great things. I can't wait. So
Yeah,
I've
I'm
already
excited about that.
imagined Mr. Web Talk over here. I'm gonna put a place of where we're gonna do the interview in the middle square of Bogota. This is something that he mentioned. Maybe he's seen it, but he hasn't been here and doesn't know anything about it. I know that I played in that same square since a little kid, chasing all the birds around, feeding them since I was a little kid. Um, well, I don't want to talk too much. My grandfather, he was part of the committee there, and I would go visit him, and everything was fun. And when you're a kid, everything's great. So now that I grew up and I came back, and I was able to have that feeling of belonging and having flashbacks, and I said, I've been here before. I can feel this now.
Mhm.
I can see those little kids doing it. And I said, I used to do that. I used to do that. Wait a minute. I can go get food and I can have the birds land in my hand and I can feed them and I can continue to be the same kid I was then, but now in a bigger version. And I
Well, and
can't,
see that's another thing that's going to be so exciting is at some point, like you say, like at some point, you know, Ernie's going to do an interview, not from his house, but from your house, your place. He's going to come to you, and Ernie's going to interview you where you live. Like think of like just the next level of like that, what that will be. I mean, it's just it's just there's so many things that are going to come about, and ultimately, and this is something I say, if Web Talk fails and Web Talk doesn't do what it's supposed to do, the connections there are still there.
yes, memories,
You know?
limitless.
It's still there. People are still going to interact with each other. People are still going to go visit each other and stay at their houses, and people are still going to do all this stuff. But when I look at it and go, like, how is Web Talk going to fail? Like, I don't see how it's going to fail.
You should see just this morning I was able to communicate with my mom. She's over there in a country where horses and everything like that, and it's wide open, and she has to be in hot weather. And I had a great time talking to her, and she said, "Well, what is going on with you?" I said, I'm glad you asked. I hope you have about an hour because I am not going to stop talking.
Right.
And she said, I love your enthusiasm. I'm glad you're happy. What is it that you're doing and what's going on? And I said, well, I'm working with a friend, my partner. We're trying to reinvent ourselves. We're going to be able to have clients and help people through come from our home to their home to help them reach where they would have to fly or communicate with us in order to be able to help their children travel abroad or go into a college, or we have professionals that need to prepare to do a master's abroad. We do all of that. So I was really happy to speak with her, and then she was coming back at me with, hey, go for it. I mean, as long as you continue doing what you're doing, I think you're just going to continue to have fun. And I said, that's what it's all about. I'm having fun doing what I like to do, communicating with people, helping people, and I'm not asking for anything in return. Why? Because I'm not looking for that. Sure, Mom, yeah, I need to work, sure, but I've been able to reach out to a lot more people from my home that I have been here in Bogota the last 10 years, having to do the footwork, having to go talk to people, having to set up meetings, having to go into the companies, having to make the program, having to get the students involved or their clients involved, and then go in and start teaching them and preparing them and everything. And then she said, wow, son, you're actually having a really good time. Go for it, have fun, enjoy it. And I said, Mom, you don't have any idea. I'm going to be able to go visit you soon. I'm going to be able to make my own money, but what I'm doing, and I'm going to be able to start traveling again. And I can't wait. And so I said, well, she goes, what are you doing now? And I said, no, I'm just being me. I'm doing me. I'm helping out. I've just joined a place that just giving me a platform that I can use. And I didn't have to pay to get in. And wait, it's free. But wait, Mom, there's something that they're doing, that they're giving back to humanity. They're looking for a balance, and the company is doing this for people. It's not doing it for itself, because sure, a company can go ahead and grow and go up and fall as they want, but the memories that I'm taking from this, and this is real, it's like a dream come true. I'm sitting on my own schedule. Speaking about Erdy, at this moment, Erdy sent me a message. Hey, Manny, how are you? And I'm thinking, hi, Erdy. Well, I'm live. If you want to come check me out, I'm live here. So
Yeah, tell him to jump on. Just
yeah.
send him a message. Say go to Andy's newsfeed and click on the Zoom.
All right, let's see if we can get him in here. So yeah, I see that, and I just pictured it because I'm gonna post something about the plaza downtown, and then you were just speaking of him, and then he had sent a quick message, and I said, okay, well, here I am. He's probably looking for me, so okay, let me see where he's at. I'm gonna send him a quick message and let him know we're live too.
Well, and that's the thing is it's just that it's not. It's not something that you don't like. It's what you like. That's the beauty of it. The only thing that you do is the stuff that you like.
I love what I do.
Yeah.
If you do what you love what you do. So I haven't been able to post that up, but I know I'm going to.
Yeah.
And Erdy, I was just about to send him a message, and here he is.
Hello. Hello.
How you doing?
Hello,
How you doing,
TT.
Erdy?
Hello, Manny.
Hello.
Everything is okay. Thanks for letting me in. And that's a pleasure. I saw that the live stream started when I woke up, but I had no opportunity to join, and I was hurrying up to make all my stuff. And right now, thank you so much. And yeah,
No.
I have messaged to Mr. Manny, and I heard that he talked about business interview, and I remembered it. Unfortunately, I was busy last week, and right now I wanted to make agreement about our stream, our common stream.
Oh, you're gonna call him out live, so he has to say yes, right?
Yeah.
I'm reading the message right now, and he's letting me know that he would like to create a video with me regarding business and training people, and I am all for it. I spoke with George Hill. He mentioned that he received your mail. I told him to answer your email, letting him know that to square a time for you to be able to do with him the interview first before we do the business interview. So once you do the interview first, Mr. Web Talk, then he's going to come to Mr. Manny, and we're going to do a interview based on your interview to talk about it, and then we're going to go ahead and integrate the company too. So yes, let's do it together. I accept your challenge.
Oh, thank you so much. It would be awesome. Please give me your picture. I will create the banner, advertising banner.
I'll send you the picture right now.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. You're looking for a picture maybe in my business suit. I call it a monkey suit. I don't like wearing a monkey suit, but I take the tie off. So I'm going to send you a picture like that. All right. It's yeah, sure. A little bit more formal.
Oh, no, it's, I think it's would be good, any, why not? We are not government organization. That's good.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you for sharing that,
Yeah.
Rudy. We were just talking about you in the sense of we were relating to IEG travel. Remember, you and I spoke about this, and we brought them out. We said, IEG, hey, I wonder if we're going to be able to travel, you know, and you wanted to come out here. So I have all this great information that we've been talking about. So I'm going to put it into action. And I know that in the town square of Bogota, you and I are going to be live, and we're going to be doing IEG travel live and direct from Bogota. And
Yeah.
and you're going to be staying with me, so it's not an inconvenience to anybody. Please, you're part of my Web Talk family, Erdy. So yes, and anything that I can help you with, I mentioned that to you. Hey, we're gonna be working together. That's great.
Well, yeah, that's fantastic, and I'm I'm still can't believe that I have such wonderful opportunity to. It's awesome, and
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it
actually,
is. Yeah, it's
Oh,
it's just been, you know, when I started doing this, and the thought process was, how do we, get teachers and students connected and stuff like that. It was just like, hey, let's help some people learn English. And then, it's just been this constant kind of growth. And um when web talk when I heard about web talk, I was just like, where this could go is so massive, because social media, if you've ever done social media, you started at one point at just signing up. And if you could see how many people signed up after you, it would blow your mind. I mean, you think about the process of moving from MySpace to Facebook and where that has come. You know, social media is something that you don't have to explain to people. You don't have to, you don't really have to know too much about, because everybody knows about it anyway. So it's just really cool to see that, and just to think about, hey, where could this go? Man, it could just go, you know, it could just be so incredible.
sky's the limit. The sky is the limit.
So what I'm gonna do, Erdy, is I'm gonna go ahead and give you hosting ability. I don't know, Manny, if you're still wanting to, talk and do whatever. It's 1 in the morning, and I got to get up in the morning.
Okay, I'm at midnight, so I think I'm gonna hang with Erdy if he'd like to for about an hour. There are things I'd like
Okay.
to, yeah, sure.
Erdy, you have time to sit around and talk a little bit?
sorry.
Erdy, you can hang out and talk for a while, right?
Oh, actually not. I'm not
Okay.
able to talk very well because I have to go too. But
Oh, okay.
I just came in to greet you,
Okay.
to say you hello, to
All right.
to say
All
that it
right.
is great being here. Mhm.
Well, Manny, we
Sure.
will talk more. Obviously, I'm trying to think. Tomorrow, I don't know. I sometimes I have a different group that I go in and kind of help, and give some advice to. And I don't know if I'm in that tomorrow night or not. But normally we are on pretty much every night about 9:30. And that is a time that, like, if you have people that you want to come in and ask questions, about 9:30 when I get on is pretty regular. And that's a great time for people just to message me and say, hey, I have some people that need some questions answered or whatever. I tend to do that like 9:30 time and stay on as late as possible.
So mine would
Um,
be approximately 8:30 then.
8:30, yeah, 8:30.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted people to understand that Erdy has just woken up. When we're over here trying to go to sleep, he's a day ahead of us, which is
Yeah,
great.
yeah,
And like I say, my schedules have changed, so sometimes I
yeah,
stay up maybe up to 1 or 2 to wanting to
yeah,
talk to my
yeah,
friend Erdy over there and say hi.
yeah.
Erdy, well,
So,
I wish Erdy a great day and a great morning, and we'll catch up to
Ah,
what you've done today. And we'll see
thank you
you
so
later
much.
on. Thank you for
Mhm.
sharing. Thank you for
Good
coming on.
night.
all
Good
right, we'll
night.
see you. And
Bye.
Manny,
Yes, sir.
more questions that you have,
Yeah. Well,
message me, ask, and we'll figure out more time to get you squared away.
excellent. Excellent.
All
Look
right,
forward to it. All right.
cool. All right,
Have an
guys,
excellent week.
have a good night.